at WGSO.com. Raiders football on WGSO is presented by Archbishop Rummel High School at 1901 Severn Avenue in Metairie. Visit us online at RummelRaiders.com. Rummel football is also brought to you by Rummel graduates Michael Dubuque and Edward Jones Investments, by Malcolm Dinos and John Terrier, by United States Congressman Steve Scalise, by Jefferson Parish Councilman Dominic Impastato, and Eddie Corcoran and Allstate Insurance. Rummel football is also presented by Nick Impastato and Acacia Financial Group, by Matt Colasino and Crescent Power Systems, by John and Michael Bono, and by Will Vanderbrook, CPA. Now let's head live to the stadium for the call of the game. Here's the voice of Rummel Raiders football, Rummel Athletic Hall of Famer and WGSO Sports Director Ken Trahan of CrescentCitySports.com, along with former Rummel head coach and Rummel Hall of Famer Easton Roth and former Rummel Athletic Director Phil Greco.
From Joe Yenny Stadium in Metairie, it is Archbishop Rummel football as the Rummel Raiders take on the Jesuit Blue Jays in a District 9-5A contest. And a pleasant good evening to you. Ken Trahan with you. I'll be joined by Easton Roth and by Phil Greco. Jordan Liusa will have our sideline reports for this big Catholic League game tonight. Rummel comes in with a record of 5-1. The Raiders are 2-0 in district play, and the Blue Jays are 4-2. They are 2-1 in district play. It's Hall of Fame night. Hall of Famers at Rummel will be introduced shortly. It's homecoming for the Raiders as well. All of that making for a big weekend, which we'll get into in a moment, and we'll detail the game as well. It's Rummel and Jesuit coming up. When we return in just a moment, we'll hear from Raiders head coach Jay Roth. You are listening to Rummel Raiders football on WGSO 990 AM and watching live at CrescentCitySports.com. All right, you got something said wrong in the studio. We're hearing ourselves feeding back a half second later.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
Save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate State. Are you in good hands? Call Allstate agent Eddie Corcoran, class of 79 at 504-469-6400. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Greetings, Raider fans. This is Congressman Steve Scalise, Rummel class of 1983, proudly representing the 1st Congressional District in the great state of Louisiana. Speaking of great, congratulations to Coach Jay Roth and the Raiders on winning 2 state championships. Here's wishing the Raiders best of luck in whipping the opposition in their quest for a 3rd title. Thank God Almighty, I'm a Raider. Raider pride.
Archbishop Rummel High School.
Ken Trahan, Coach Roth for Jesuit. 3, 2, 1.
John Terrio, Archbishop Rummel High School class of 1979 and managing partner of Malcolm M. Dinas, Certified Public Accountants. Our firm has been serving the Gulf South region for over 60 years. We assist our clients with tax compliance and auditing. We also serve as the CFO for many of our corporate clients. We have a specialized forensic accounting group that consults with attorneys on litigation matters. We are proud supporters of Archbishop Rummel High School and the LaSallian tradition. The mission is to educate each student according to the principles of the Catholic Church in the LaSallian tradition of faith, community, and service. Thank God Almighty, I'm a Raider.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Michael Dubuque, your Metairie and New Orleans Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Michael Dubuque are proud sponsors of the Rummel Raiders football team on WGSO 990 AM. For all your investment needs, call Michael Dubuque at 885-6432 or visit him at 4437 Trenton Street in Metairie. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Ken Trahan with Rummel head coach Jay Roth. Jay, it's one of those weeks. Homecoming, Hall of Fame, return to Severn. Those things are great. There's a football game to play, though, tonight.
Yeah, but it's still Jesuit, and it's still a very good football team we're playing, and it's a big game for us as far as Catholic League goes. So I think we're able to put those behind us.
Of all the games and all the rivalries in this league, this one's produced more strange, crazy games than any of them. 6 overtime games, 1-point game last year, people ending each other's streaks, the whole deal.
Yeah, I know they ended a 40-game win streak for us at one point. Missed field goals, fake field goals, overtime games. It's been very competitive. It's been cleanly played. It's a real healthy rivalry.
Two coaches that like and respect each other quite a bit, and I think that rubs off to the players. It's a good, healthy rivalry.
Well, let me tell you, I don't think any hatred's preached on either side. It's just about playing good football and trying to get a win.
Your team played its best game of the season, I thought, last week. Notwithstanding the Gulfport game. I didn't see that. I know you played well then, but you had to be pleased.
I was very pleased last week. I felt like we did something meaningful for the first time in about 3 years, and hopefully we can build on that tonight against what I think is a very, very good Jesuit football team, considering they had 2 losses to Warren Easton and John Curtis.
Your defense played very well last week. Going to have to play well again tonight because their defense is awfully good.
Right. Their front three is as good. Their front four is as good as I've seen in high school. It's just that one guy. It's 3 or 4 big-time football players. So, our defense, we're not a physical football team, Ken, and we're facing another physical football team in Jesuit. So, we're going to have to hunker down and hold on.
Best of luck to you this evening.
All right, man. Good.
That's Jay Roth, the head football coach of the Rummel Raiders. We'll take a time out here. When we return, Easton Roth will join me to talk about tonight's game. You are listening to Rummel Raiders football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and watching live at CrescentCitySports.com.
Will Vanderbrook, CPA, Archbishop Rummel class of 19.
All right, you still had that second delay?
You got it.
Coach Jay Roth,
Thank you.
and wishes the Raiders the best of luck in 2012. Will Vanderbrook CPA provides all of your needs for maximizing your financial potential and minimizing what you pay in taxes with sound advice and planning. Will Vanderbrook CPA, located at 2900 Clearview Parkway in Metairie, Suite 206. For more information on how you can improve your financial situation, contact Will Vanderbrook at 504-455-0762. Crescent Power Systems, located at 129 Polk Street, is a proud sponsor of Rummel football. Crescent Power System represents top products including Toshiba, Alston Grill, Distron, MTC, PowerCom, Lectris, Niagara, and Technibus. At Crescent Power Systems, the objective is to provide innovative, cost-effective engineered solutions, integrating world-class suppliers with our valued customers in a collaborative partnership. Matt Colasino, class of 75, and Crescent Power Systems are a proud supporter of the Raiders in their quest for a state championship. Go to CrescentPower.com.
This is Dominic Impastato, Raider class of 1997, former member of Coach Ross' first 2 Raider football teams. Wishing everyone in the Raider family a great season and an excellent school year. I'm proud to represent the citizens of District 4 in Jefferson Parish on the Jefferson Parish Council. Thank you for your support of me and support going forward. Along with Jason Euro, class of 97, and Mike Quigley, class of 1970, who work in our District 4 office, we wish all of you the best of luck, and we say collectively, thank God Almighty, I'm a Raider.
Nick Impostano and Acacia Financial Group have a vast portfolio of financial vehicles for your business and personal needs. Tax-favored, non-qualified retirement plans, group benefits, individual and group health, life and disability insurance, and more. Nick Impostano, Rummel class of 68, President and General Agent of Acacia Financial Group, is a proud sponsor of Rummel football. Acacia Financial Group, helping clients solve their financial puzzles.
Ken Trahan from Joe Yenny Stadium. It's Archbishop Rummel and Jesuit set to do battle here this evening. Great to welcome my broadcast partner, Easton Roth, to the broadcast as always. Coach, good to have you with us.
Glad to be here. Can't expect a great high school game tonight. You couldn't ask for better weather conditions. 2 teams that always play each other very, very close, and I expect the outcome of this game to be maybe decided in the last couple of minutes of the ball game.
Jesuit has lost to Warren Easton 27-14, beat St. Paul's 34-24, beat Central 35-19, defeated St. Aug 28-21, beat Holy Cross 28-7, lost to John Curtis Christian 23-0 last week. Rummel has beaten Gulfport, Mississippi 34-6, lost to Escambia, Florida by the score of 20-8, beat Riverside Academy 37-34, defeated Turlings Catholic 43-31, beat Archbishop Shaw 42-3, and last week defeated Holy Cross 39-3. Jesuit strengthened their team up front. They're really good up front. Rummel, maybe skill where that's concerned. So it's one of those intriguing matchups. The team that might have an edge up front versus the team that might have an edge in skill.
I think if you look at Jesuit High School, up front is what's going to decide this football game tonight. They're very big, they're very strong up front. To be up to Rummel Cannon tonight to try to get the ball in space to Diggs and Coy Moore to try to open up this Jesuit defense a little to give Rummel a chance to push Sturgis inside. But I think, if you look at Jesuit overall, they played a very tough schedule. The only 2 losses are the 2 ranked teams, Warren Easton and John Curtis. On the other hand, Rummel has the signature win last week against Holy Cross. They beat a very good Gulfport team. So, I think this game is really going to be a matchup against two head coaches who really know each other well and probably can guess what the other one is going to do in certain situations. So I think it's going to be one heck of a high school football game. It always is when Jesuit High School plays Rummel from years back. Even though Rummel leads the series, Kenny, it's always been a very exciting series. And, of course, I think Rummel has won the last 5 or 6 games played between these two, but the only game that really counts, Kenny, is the one that's being played tonight.
Colors are being presented at the center of the field. We'll have the national anthem. We'll also have a moment of silence for a gentleman that meant a lot to Coach Roth and to so many people associated with the Archbishop Rummel family, Coach John Perrette, who formulated Raider pride, the familiar R in the helmet, and was a brilliant head coach of the Rummel Raiders. Passed away yesterday at the age of 88. So let's listen in as we have the introduction and then a moment of silence, followed by the national anthem here.
Let us remember that we're in the holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. And as we begin our prayer this evening, let's take a moment of silence as we remember Coach Don Perrette, who was a head coach at Archbishop Rummel from 1971 to 1978. He was lovingly dubbed the father of Rummel football, and he coined the phrase, Raider pride. Lord our God, we thank you for the great Catholic education. We thank you for the strong faith of these two schools, Archbishop Rummel and Jesuit. We ask you to continue to strengthen us in our faith and always help us to grow in brotherhood as we seek to build up the kingdom of God. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this competition, we ask you to bless these athletes. May they give glory to you by using their talents to the best of their abilities. Keep them safe from injury and harm. Instill in them respect for each other and brotherly love. And reward them for their perseverance, both on and off the field. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. St. Ignatius of Loyola, pray for us. St. John Baptiste de La Salle, pray for us. Live Jesus in our hearts. Forever. Thank God Almighty. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Very enthusiastic crowd here tonight, as you might imagine. We have the captains meeting at the center of the field here momentarily. Well, you look for key players. Easton for Jesuit offensively. Their quarterback, Robert McMahon, moved from wide receiver a year ago. He's done a nice job running their offense, the senior. Thrown for 674 yards, 7 touchdowns, and he's rushed for 214 yards, which stands to reason is a good athlete. Their two running backs, Brayton Whittington, Willie Robinson, will both play quite a bit. Whittington, the leading rusher, 334 yards, 5 touchdowns. Noah Varnado, their top receiver, 22 catches, 424 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Defensively, their front four is as good as Eddie. Perry Gansey, a tremendous football player. 62.5 tackles, 9.5 sacks. Great football player. Owen Melville, Sonny Hazard, Ethan Branch, really good up front. Their linebackers are big as well. This is a good football team.
All right, Kenny, look at them from an offensive standpoint. Their offensive line goes about 247 pounds a man across the front. Defensively, they go 259 pounds across the front. So they're going to really outweigh Rummel's offense and defense, but quite a lot. And Jesuit's a very balanced football team. They can throw the ball extremely well. They have good receivers, and they also have running backs who can get key yards for them in critical situation. So, I think this Jesuit football team is an excellent football team. They've lost to Warren Easton, they've lost to Curtis, but that really doesn't matter because it's district play now. They're fighting for playoff positions, and, they're a very, very solid football team. You look at Rummel, you talked about them before, Kenny, offensively. Of course, Chandler Fields, has just been, outstanding for the Rummel Raiders, with that 39 of 75, 595 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Not as many yards as last year because Rummel is running the football a lot more. Kenny?
Right. Coin toss has taken place. Looks like Rummel has won the toss, and they've elected to receive. So, interestingly enough, they'll take the ball first tonight. The Rummel offense led by Chandler Fields, the ULL commit. Of course, they've got Jalen Sturgis leading the way, 738 yards rushing, 9 touchdowns. Logan Diggs, Kyle Walker will see action as well. Coy Moore, healthy now. USC committed wide receiver, 14 catches, 240 yards. And those are their primary weapons. Defensively, the Raiders have some good players. Kavos Craig has played very well. Jordan Williams, Aaron Thomas, Kyler Rodriguez, Colby Fields, Donovan Kaufman, Malik Watery with 4 interceptions as well. Good matchup. The fourth member of our broadcast team is Jordan Liuza, who's down on the field right now. Jordan, good evening to you.
Good evening, Ken. Yeah, both of these teams are very familiar. Rummel leads the series all time, 33-23. They've actually won the last 5 and 8 of the last 9, in fact. These teams have faced 4 times in the playoffs. In fact, Rummel, the last loss was against Jesuit was in 2014, Division I semifinal game. Rummel lost 28-14. So this is a big game tonight. I'm ready to go. Back to you, Ken.
Thank you. And the third member of our broadcast team was a little bit tardy. He was a little bit busy on the field. I don't know what he was doing. I guess he thought he was an athletic director again. New Athletic Hall of Famer for Archbishop Rummel, Phil Greco. Phil, great to have you with us. Congratulations. Couldn't be happier for you.
Well, it was a great honor. As you two know, how it is when you get it selected for something like that. And just very exciting and just, so proud to be in that awesome group.
We're glad to have you, Phil.
Yeah, no doubt. Max Schurer to kick it off. Kyle Walker is deep for Rummel. And we are underway. It's kicked down the middle. Walker runs to field it at the 11. Upfield 15 to the 20. He's at the 25. Walker to the 30. Walker gets across the 30, out to about the 31, perhaps the 32, and that's where Rummel will start with its first possession of the ball game. So the Raiders starting with pretty decent field position. Officially at the own 31-yard line. Chandler Fields leads the Raiders onto the field. He'll have Jalen Sturgis in the backfield. We'll see Diggs and Walker as well. The wide receivers for Rummel. You're going to see Jacob Renton, Zach Mirabel, Amore Shaw, and Coy Moore. Offensive line, Ethan Bain's father, Anthony Harrison. T-Ron on the board, George LaFargue, Brent Bashman, Zach Smith will all play. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Raiders put Diggs in motion and empty the backfield on 1st down. Pump fake. Fields throws to Diggs out of the backfield. Diggs fights forward for a couple. That's all. Jesuit reacts very well and brings him down to the 34. A gain of 3. It's 2nd and 7. Maybe a shape of things to come of what we'll see tonight, Easton.
Well, definitely we feel like Rummel's going to try to get their receivers and their backs out in space. But that time, you got to give credit to the Jesuit defense. They did a tremendous job of getting off the blocks and holding Diggs to about 2 yards.
One thing about that, getting them out in space, is you've got to have good blocking on the perimeter. You've got to have good blocking. That's going to be a key tonight.
2nd and 7 from the 34. Again, an empty backfield at a 5-receiver set. Fields again a bubble screen outside. That's caught by Diggs, and this is going to lose a yard. So they went to the short side. They've gone to him twice, and they made 2 yards composite, and it's 3rd and 8.
Just good defense again, and like Phil said right there, the people on the perimeter, not much blocking. Diggs had nowhere to go once he got the football.
So 3rd down and 8 coming. After a couple of quick passes have netted very little for Rummel to Logan Diggs. And again, an empty backfield and a 5-receiver set.
Jesuit a three-man front, 3-3 defense.
On 3rd and 8, so they'll have 8 defending. Fields retreats, steps up. He's going to throw deep down the field, and it is caught across the 35 and down to the Jesuit 30. Outstanding reception for the Raiders. And guess who?
It's
Logan Diggs out of the backfield again. So Diggs, Phil, lining up as a wide receiver. Rummel trying to utilize all of its athletes.
Again, you get him out there, you probably got a mismatch on somebody. He beat the guy deep, and it was a beautifully thrown pass by Fields.
I tell you, it was a great catch, Phil. It was pretty good coverage by Jesuit. He just ran by him, nothing but a go route.
38 yards on the completion, and the Raiders are in business at the Jesuit 29-yard line with a 1st and 10. This time they line up with a running back. Snap it, give it to nobody. Fields keeps it. He'll run it. Fields cuts in beautifully and dives across the 20 and gets down near the 19. That's a good read by Fields, Phil.
Good read by him. There was an option play. They brought back motion, then changed the direction to make the pitch back, and he made a good read when they all went for the pitch, and he ended up, getting about a 10, 12-yard gain.
Yeah, when they put more in motion, it caught Jesuit's attention, and they lost track of the quarterback.
That's 10 yards and a 1st down for the Raiders. Snap it, throw it outside, but before the play, which looked good, by the way, a flag came down. This will likely work against Rummel. It is an illegal procedure penalty on the Raiders, so sets him back to make it 1st and 15.
They had something there, too.
They definitely had something. They had good matches over there, Easton. They had 2 guys blocking and 1 guy free. All he had to do was make one miss, and he'd have been in the end zone.
That's right. But can't move before the ball was snapped. I tell you, Rummel is spreading this field wide open.
First penalty, 5 yards on Rummel to the 24, where it's 1st and 15 now. Empty backfield as Sturgis motions and Fields rolls right. Throwback pass the other way. Caught, got a block, and another. Renton's at the 15. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He's down to the 4-yard line with a 1st and goal for the Rummel Raiders. Jacob Renton on the reception on a throwback pass.
Phil, where's this been the whole year? The 7 going to open up tonight. Well, I'll tell you right now, they got Jasmine very confused in all these sets.
Very confused. They motioned out the backfield and made it, had a no-back set through the bubble screen back to the short side. Good blocking and good run by Renton. He made a nice cut to get away from that one defender that could have tackled him.
Phil, I thought you and I were talking about this type of offense after the game last week, correct?
Yeah, we did a lot.
1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Motion right, Diggs. Pitch it to him on a speed sweep. He's in deep trouble. Cuts back. He's hit for a loss at the 6. So that time trying to stretch Jesuit wide, but too much penetration defensively. And the Blue Jays have him down for a loss of 2.
Penetration, and they set the edge. The defense for Jesuit did a good job of keeping their outside arm free and setting the edge.
I tell you what they did, Jesuit's defense, too. They moved very well laterally toward the ball that time.
They have
kept
really,
their feet.
Really good pursuit, especially on that play.
It's actually a loss of 1. They're going to mark it to the 5, 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Fields has Sturgis in the backfield with him. Jalen has not run it yet. Leading rusher on the year. Motion left, snap to Fields, run Sturgis, but again, a pre-snap problem occurs and another false start on Rummel. So they have hurt themselves here.
Well, that's just total lack of concentration. I mean, that's all you can say. You get down there, you had 1st and goal, and you get 2 5-yard penalties like that, is that you're just not concentrating.
Overcame 1, but now in a condensed field, it's a lot tougher. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line and probably changes your approach.
And these are opportunities that Rummel cannot afford to not cash in on.
2nd and goal from the 10. Fields with Sturgis in the backfield with him. Movement up front by Jesuit. That should be on the Blue Jays. So
a little tense. It's a little tense down there between these two teams. This, if you look at it, this opening drive right here is very important for both of these football teams. If Rummel takes it down the field and scores 7, it's going to be a big swing in emotion. The Blue Jays hold them to 3 or no touchdown, then they're going to have an advantage.
2nd and goal from the 5, which is where we were a moment ago. 8:07 to play, first quarter and counting. Raiders threatening on the opening drive of the game. Fields with Sturgis in the backfield with him. In shotgun, ready to operate. Takes the snap, wants to throw. He's looking, throws a square in. It's caught, and that's a touchdown for the Rummel Raiders. Touchdown, Rummel. Zach Mirabel with the reception, and Rummel has taken a 6-0 lead.
Excellent route. It was just a little simple option route. where the inside receiver went down, broke down about 6 yards into the end zone, turned, and the ball was delivered perfectly. Perfectly.
And what happened, Jesuit had to cover that inside receiver with Weinbach, and he just couldn't get out there, Phil. He was wide open from the get-go as soon as the ball was snapped. Great call.
That's the old option throw offense.
That's
that
it.
was really popular in the 80s.
Extra point attempt by Will Vanderbroek out of the hold of Tyler Cook. Snap good, spot good, kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 7:46 to play in the first quarter. Rummel 7, Jesuit nothing. Back in a moment. You are listening to Rummel football on WGSO 990 AM and WGSO.com and watching live at CrescentCitySports.com.
Archbishop Rummel thanks the Bono Law Firm for supporting Rummel Raider athletics. John Bono, class of 69, and Michael Bono, class of 95, have handled personal injury and accident cases for 38 years. Bono Law Firm is conveniently located on Causeway Boulevard in Metairie and will come to you. If you are hurt in an accident, call Bono Law Firm for a free consultation. No recover, no fee. 504-835-9909. That's 504-835-9909. You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to play only offense or defense, so when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate Stan. Are you in good hands? Call Allstate agent Eddie Corcoran, class of 79 at 504-469-6400. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Here's the kickoff, sailing to the 1-yard line, returnable up to the 5. Arnado to the 10. He's going to be hit, and he's going to be smothered at about the 12-yard line. Great coverage by the Rummel Raiders. And Crescent City Sports Prep Football is presented by Loft 18 in Metairie, the Primor Indoor Golf and Entertainment Center, a deluxe recreation and relaxation complex designed for year-round, all-weather, day or night play. Located at 3128 Metairie Road, corner of Causeway. Go to loft18.com to reserve your stall or dine in. What a drive by Rummel. 7 plays, 69 yards. They took the ball first, Phil. Now we know why. They had a plan, didn't they?
They had a good plan. Something probably they haven't shown too much this whole year.
Not at all.
Sprung it on Jesuit's first drive.
The Jesuit starts from keeping the soup at its own 12-yard line with Robert McMahon, the quarterback, takes the snap, and he's going to give it off and really nowhere to go. Just hit hard was Whittington as he's decked on the play. Good job for Rummel by number 35. Aaron Thomas is maybe a yard, and that's all for Whittington.
You know, Jesuit's offensive line is very, very big, but Phil, can they overcome the speed of the Rummel defense is going to be the key.
Rummel has some quickness, and, you know, if they move around a little bit, slant and loop a little bit, they're going to probably give them problems.
2nd and 9
Rummel
from the
fouls
13-yard line.
scrimmage.
3 receivers left. Snap it. McMahon on a straight keeper left. He has some room. Cuts back. He's at the 20, and he's close to a first down. And a man at the point of attack, and that worked well for Jesuit. And right at the first down marker is Robert McMahon.
I tell you what, Ethan, that's an old single wing play.
That's
right
what
there.
it is.
When you pull everybody, get him in front of the quarterback, and the
Let him
quarterback, you know, runs and finds an opening.
And he found his opening, made that cut and pick up the extra yards, bring it up, you know, first down. He made it.
A gain of 10, a first down for Jesuit at the 23-yard line on their opening drive of the game. 6:46 to play in the first. Rummel up 7-0.
Rummel's going to a 4-man front here.
With a 3-receiver set. Snap it. Fake it. McMahon straight keeper right this time.
Not this time.
And this time short yardage as he's met and driven back. Tried to run the same play the other way, but there initially for the Raiders to stack it up was Jalen Johnson, and then he got some help.
I'm looking at the right guard for the Jesuit Blue Jays, Patrick Moats. His dad was a football player for the Rummel Raiders way back when. I talked to his dad before the game.
Gain of 1 for McMahon at 2nd and 9. That's what makes this rivalry so great. So many people have crossed paths on both sides of the fence, which we'll talk about, including a couple of guys up here. 2nd and 9.
You're right.
From the 24-yard line. 5 receivers set, empty backfield. McMahon wants to throw, steps up, rolls right, has pressure, gets around, evaded a tackle, but he's going to be get down for a short gain to about the 25. So couldn't find anybody. Decided to keep it. Rummel had it played well. He's able to pick up 2, which brings up conversion down here, 3rd and 7.
Rummel brought their linebacker then, and the big key to the play when the quarterback flushed, you had the end have good contain and force him wide and make him get out of bounds.
It's a great job by Jordan Williams that time, Phil. Forced it, keep going wider and wider and wider.
It's 3rd and 8 at the 25. And again, a 5-receiver set. And Rummel rushes forward. Quarterback draw called. It's wide open. Perfect call. First down all the way up to the 40-yard line. You can't call a better play than that. Scott Bainsfather's a good coordinator. He saw the opening and took advantage.
Also, Rummel blitzed that time. They came with a blitz of 39. The middle was wide open.
The middle was open because they were in too deep. Anytime you've got a quarterback that can run and you're in too deep, you have a lot of green right in front of you.
Right.
15 yards for McMahon and a first down. He's already rushed 4 times for 27 yards.
Well, his stat shows that he can run.
1st and 10 from the 40. 4:43 and counting first quarter. 7-0 Rummel. Snap it. Run it with Whittington. He's got a little bit of room, and he fights forward for 3, maybe 4 yards. Good hard run by Whittington. And a helmet came off of the Rummel defender, Kibaz Craig, so he's going to have to come out of the game for a play.
One play. And I think Jesuit right here is going to use the big offensive line and just try to run right at the small Rummel defensive front.
So Craig has to come out. The Raiders are going to have to substitute here and send Evance Brown in on 2nd down and 6 from the 44-yard line. Blue Jays have the ball on the right hash mark. And they'll operate here with an empty backfield again. We've seen a lot of this on both sides early in this game. Motion into the formation. It's Whittington. Fake it to him. Straight keeper McMahon. Looks for the cutback. It's not there. Jordan Williams was waiting for him, and he basically shut the play down. And then cleaning up on the tackle was Aaron Thomas.
He faked it on the jet sweep to the receiver coming in motion and then tried to go inside. And I tell you, Rummel did a great job of pursuing that time and getting off blocks.
He tried to cut back that he did earlier, but it wasn't going to happen that time. Picks up another big 3rd down. Jesuit picked up the yards last time. Let's see if Rummel can hold him here.
3rd and 7 at the 43-yard line. Raiders making a lot of changes on defense here. 4 guys on and 4 off on 3rd and 7.
Well, they're back in a 2-deep coverage again, Frank.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going to happen here, Phil.
Whittington, the running back, slots next to McMahon, who takes the snap. 4-man rush. Good rush. Forces him to roll out right. Looking. He's going to be hit and sacked. Quentin Cage ran him down. Sacks him back at the 31-yard line. Great pursuit by Cage. Outstanding pass rush by the Raiders.
I tell you, Stephen Gage, unbelievable junior, 5'11", 180 pounds. The quickness of the Rummel defense showed right there. They got to the sidelines quickly.
That's Quentin Cage, of course, who's really good. And back at the 31-yard line, a loss of 12. Will force a Jesuit punt.
Should get good field position here.
Good snap.
Kick away by Scherz, very high.
Not a very good punt.
It's going to bounce at the 40 and goes backwards, and Rummel's going to get in good shape at about the 43-yard line. So indeed, they get good field position off of this after the defense holds. And with 2:31 to play in the first, Rummel takes over at its own 43-yard line, leading 7-0.
Let's see what kind of adjustments that Jesuit's got to make on defense. As Rummel gave them all kind of trouble that first time they had the ball, spreading receivers all over the field. And Phil, I think Rummel will come right back with the same stuff.
I think they will too, but Rummel's still going to have to do a better job of blocking on perimeter. They had a couple of big plays that really paid off. But if they're going to run those bubble screens and those quick passes, you've got to get blocking downfield.
Biggest note from the first drive, Chandler Fields, 5 of 5, 65 yards and a touchdown. Diggs is the running back with him on 1st and 10 from the 43 and a 3-receiver set. Motion into the formation by Moore. Now reverses that motion and he gets a handoff. No, he doesn't. Fields kept it. Fields is trying to get to the corner. There's nothing there. He'll just run out of bounds after about a yard gain. So that's probably a read play as well, Phil.
They're going to use him as a decoy some. Corey is a great threat. They're going to use him as a decoy. And that time, I tell you, Jesuit was very disciplined on defense season. They stayed at home. They just waited.
Yeah, but Phil, getting back to your last statement about that receivers blocking, that's something you got to work on every single day.
Exactly.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Ball on a left hash mark. Sturgis the running back now. Fields takes a look to the sideline, gets what he wants, trips set right, takes the snap, and a quick pass out there caught by Mirabel. Nice cut at the 50. He's got a first down across the Jesuit 45. And now he's down. The ball came out, and Jesuit has the ball. Mirabel lost the football, and I believe it's Jesuit's ball. It is. So a fumble, and the first turnover of the game gives it to Jesuit. It was ripped out beautifully by the Jesuit defender, and on the replay you can see it being ripped out there. It's a great job by the Blue Jay defender to rip it out, and Jesuit gets the first big play of the game on defense.
They were lucky to pass one kicks off to begin with at first, okay? That was an easy pick, okay? If he was sort of checked it before he threw it, that guy just had an easy pick, worked out good for Rummel, then put the ball on the ground.
The turnovers, turnovers and penalties, they make in a close game, that's going to make the difference.
Oh, no doubt. Always does.
Yeah.
Rummel had great field position, really looked like they were in a position to maybe take control, but instead Jesuit now in great shape at their own 44 on first down. McMahon, a quick bubble screen underneath. That's caught. Very well defended by the Raiders. Caught by Will Moran at short yardage.
Hey, Ryan Franklin made a great one-on-one tackle coming from the outside inside, okay? That was a great play by that young man.
I tell you what to look for later, guys, is them faking that bubble screen and sending somebody deep.
Yeah.
Pumping it and then throwing it deep.
Matter of time.
Matter of time when that happens.
Gain of 2 at second down and 8 yards to go. Minute 35 to play in the first. 7-0 Rummel. Blue Jays at their own 46-yard line. They'll go with a 3-receiver set to the right and a slot that way as well. That's the short side of the field. Rummel lines up in a 4-4 look, motion across the formation, fake the sweep. McMahon wants to throw. He's under pressure again.
Be a hold.
It had to be a hold. They call it finally. He will be hit and driven out of bounds hard at about midfield, but an obvious hold against Jesuit, and that's going to be a big penalty.
You can get away with holding
well behind the line of scrimmage, Phil.
You can get away with holding when it's inside, but when you're out there on the perimeter and trying to get the guy and you grab him,
every time.
They're going to call it every time.
Every single time. Wide open. They can see it, okay? And they're looking for it too, Phil.
Yep, they are.
This will be marked off from the 37, so this will be a major infraction. Way back to the 27-yard line. That's a 19-yard penalty. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. None of us like this spot foul stuff. Really don't.
No, it's like pass interference in the pros to me. Okay, you can get a 60-yard penalty in the pros, and it should be only 15.
Right. I mean, it puts you in a terrible situation. Back at the 27-yard line, it's second down
and forever,
and 27 yards to go from the 27. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Here's McMahon rolling left. Pressure from Cage, got a block. Looking, can't find anyone. Finally throws, and he's hit hard as he throws, and it's incomplete. And he was absolutely blown up on a good legal hit for the Raiders by Donovan Kaufman.
A good legal hit, but I tell you right now, McMahon, number 15, has got right back up like a good football player should do, okay? Showed a lot of courage and a lot of class.
Great coverage that time by the Raiders defensive back. Great coverage. They were right on the receivers all the way, and that caused them to throw the ball there, and the pressure was really good. So it's a big play right here.
It's 3rd and 27 from the 27. 44 seconds to play in the first quarter. McMahon takes the snap, 4-man rush. Under pressure again. He steps up, he evades one. Still on his feet to the 40, dives forward to about the 42. What he did there was get Jesuit field position, and he's able to get forward for about 15. They've got an athlete playing quarterback, Phil.
They do.
Very, very good athlete, but you know what's disappointing right there, Rummel, if they get him back there or just make him throw incomplete, they're going to gain about 20 more yards on the punt, okay? Now he's punting, from the 40 where it would have been punting from the 25.
And Phil, they put a lot of pressure on McMahon and really has not only brought him down a couple of times.
And they've only rushed 4. McMahon, rather sure, is to punt. His punt is an end-over-end, very high punt. Fair catch called for by Kaufman, surrounded by white shirts. And he caught it at the 30. So the Raiders able to overcome the turnover and get the ball back as the first quarter comes to a close. So hold that after the end of one quarter. Our score at Joe Yenny Stadium is Rummel 7, Jesuit nothing. We'll check in with Jordan in a moment. This is Rummel Football on WGSO 990 AM and at CrescentCitySports.com.
Archbishop Rummel High School has educated students in the heart of Metairie for over 50 years, offering 4-year engineering, biomedical sciences, and law studies programs. Archbishop Rummel prepares your son for the real world. With over 50 clubs and teams, Archbishop Rummel will be your son's home away from home throughout his high school experience. To learn more about Archbishop Rummel High School, visit RummelRaiders.com. Archbishop Rummel High School. Become part of the pride.
John Terrio, Archbishop Rummel High School, class of 1979, and managing partner of Malcolm M. Dinas, certified public accountants. Our firm has been serving the Gulf South region for over 60 years. We assist our clients with tax compliance and auditing. We also serve as the CFO for many of our corporate clients. We have a specialized forensic accounting group that consults with attorneys on litigation matters. We are proud supporters of Archbishop Rummel High School and the LaSallian tradition. The mission is to educate each student according to the principles of the Catholic Church in the LaSallian tradition of faith, community, and service. Thank God Almighty on the Raiders.
Second quarter begins. Rummel leading 7-0, and on first down, Chandler Fields keeps on a nice run, and Fields picks up a gain of 19 yards to the 49-yard line. A great start to the second quarter for Rummel, and a first down for the Raiders.
A lot more misdirection in this offense than we've seen in the past.
Right.
A lot of misdirection.
A lot more. I like the play calling by Rummel up until this time. They've got the Jesuit defense back on their heels. They just got to get some more points on the board.
First and 10 at the 49 of the Raiders. Fields takes the snap, and he's going to keep it running left. Nothing there. He's going to be hit hard and stop cold. And a late hit is going to be called on Jesuit.
No doubt.
Oh, that's, again, it was unnecessary and unfortunate because the play was stuffed beautifully for the Blue Jays by number 30, Freddie Washington. But then a late hit on the sideline really costs Jesuit here.
Yeah, there's no doubt about the hit being late. Fields is way out of bounds. No doubt about it.
Hey, one thing that we have not seen is tackle running by Rummel tonight.
So far,
we haven't seen that.
Right.
Well, hopefully, they'll get those guys a little bit tired.
Well, stat of the game thus far is Sturgis hasn't carried the ball yet.
Hasn't carried the ball.
I think we're going to see it, Phil. It's a matter of time.
I think it is, too, but it's pretty rare in the first quarter that Sturgis has not touched the ball yet.
Right.
His third penalty on Jesuit at 39 yards already. And Rummel's at the Jesuit 35-yard line with a first down. After the 1-yard run and the 15-yard penalty. Moore reversing his motion, faking it. Fields wants to throw it outside to Moore. He does. He's surrounded by white shirts. He's going to be hit for a big loss back at the 40. That's a loss of 5.
Good defense.
Very, very well played on that, that run pass option right there. Very well played. Quarterback made the right decision. The defensive back just came up and made a good tackle.
Yeah, great defense that time by Jesuit. It was a great play by that defense. And a big play bringing it up to 2nd and 15.
Yeah, that's one thing as an offensive play caller. You don't want to get behind the chains.
Not at all.
2nd and 15 at the 40 of Jesuit for the Raiders. 3 receivers left, a single right. We will check in with Jordan, I promise you, coming up. No chance just yet. Jalen Sturgis is slotted right in the backfield of Fields on 2nd and 15. Snap it. Fields retreats. Heavy rush coming. He rolls away from it left. He's looking. A flag is down for holding, and the pass is incomplete. So this will be a hold on Rummel, and Jesuit has a decision to make. If they take it, it's good. I think they will take it because the flag is way back at the 47-yard line. This will be another one of those 17-yard penalties.
This almost flips the field right here.
It really does. Again, the spot foul. It killed Jesuit on the last possession. It will kill Rummel here.
Well, to give Jesuit a real good field position if Rummel doesn't pick up a lot of yards here.
In defense of the lineman blocking like that, when the quarterback starts scrambling, you don't anticipate that. You anticipate him stepping up in the pocket and you maintaining your position. When he scrambles, it's just an automatic reflex action to grab the guy, and that's what's happened twice here.
What is it? 2nd and long. 30, 35?
Yeah, back to the Rummel 42-yard line, an 18-yard penalty, and they need to get to the 25 of Jesuit. So it's 2nd and 33. Fields on a pitch play left to Diggs. He doesn't have anything there. He'll find a yard or two.
Phil, maybe that's why they're not running the ball. The Jesuit defense is pretty tough to run against. They really go sideline to sideline pretty good.
They're pretty good up front. I tell you what, they've got some good-looking kids.
Yes, they do.
And they have played the run all season long very well.
To the 44, gain of 2, where it's 3rd down now. From that point,
right here,
and 31 yards to go.
I try to get about 10 yards, try to get some field position here, and not try to go for all of it.
3rd and 31. Jesuit will be in 2 deep coverage. Wide side, right side of the field. 4 receivers set. Diggs is the running back. Diggs now leaves the backfield. Motioning right. Fields wants to throw. He does down the field into double coverage and off the hands of Moore. He hit him right in the hands Well, even against double coverage, the throw was right on the money.
Right.
And he's gone if he catches it, but he did not. And Phil, you can describe what you see. I mean, clearly that's a ball that could have been caught.
I thought maybe he was going to go to the back in the flat because he was wide open, but the throw, the safety came up really too much. He didn't play the ball, and that was why he had a chance to catch it. But when that guy flashes in front of you like that, it's not easy to catch the football, and that's what happened. The guy flashed right in front of him.
First incompletion of the game for Fields, and he couldn't throw it any better.
No, it was right there.
Punt formation.
It just looked like they might be coming after this.
Vanderbrook, Jesuits got pressure coming. Brendan Bergman deep to receive at the 20. 10-man front. And now we get a whistle.
You got motion on Rummel.
Motion on Rummel.
So that'll be the 4th penalty and 33 yards on Rummel.
You know, why you get a penalty on punt, I have no
You
no
tell
clue.
me how. I don't know
how.
how.
Do you do that? I don't understand.
I don't understand it either. I have no idea. I have no idea. One idea I do know is that Jesuit's going to have great field position after this punt.
Let's hope he gets a great punt off. He's going to need to flip the field here.
Vanderbrook.
Low
snap. Got it away and
Good
get a
punt.
good punt. Fair catch call for Bergman, and he dropped the ball. And Jesuit looks like they've covered it. But we'll wait and see when they unscramble. I believe Jesuit got back on it.
I thought they did.
But again, what happens underneath these piles, you never know.
Easton, in high school football, punting and punt receiving is a challenge.
A challenge? Tell me about it.
Jesuit does have the ball, so.
Sometimes, Phil, when we punted or we were receiving a punt, I turned around and looked in the stands, okay? I didn't want to see what was going to happen, okay?
I can understand that, believe me.
It's an adventure every time.
It's an adventure every time.
You got to sweat the snap first, then you got to sweat the kick, then you got to sweat the coverage.
So 9:19 to play in the first quarter, in the first half, and it's 7-0 Rummel. Jesuit gets it back at their own 21-yard line. And they'll start from that point. McMahon has been the primary ball carrier. He's going to give it to Whittington inside on his own play. Whittington just dragging tacklers across the 25 to the 26. Didn't look like he had much, but he got 5 as he got his pad level lower than the tackler and picks up 5.
So Whittington, 5'8", 183 yards, 334 yards, 5 TDs coming into this ball game, and he made that yards on his own.
I tell you, on
5 and 2nd and 5.
That last formation, Rummel, I think, was misaligned. I'm wondering if Jesuit was going to take advantage of it because they didn't have someone out there on the inside receiver.
Right. Better get somebody there now.
2nd and 5. Going to run it on a counter play inside. He's got room. He's got a first down. So good yardage running inside for Jesuit.
You know, that's one thing about all those Mark Sanji coach teams. He does a great job coaching offensive line.
Oh, he's one of the better offensive line coaches around.
I've ever
No
seen.
doubt in my mind.
And they are going to be sound, and they're going to do things right, and you better be ready to play because they're going to block you.
6 yards and a first down to the 32-yard line on the game of 6 by Whittington to the 32. Snap it. Run it inside with Whittington. Another good run across the 35 and out to the 37. So gains of 5, 6, and 5 yards in succession inside. That's good news for Jesuit.
They found something inside that they like. They feel like they can get 4 or 5 yards, which they've done the last 3 times. Rummel's going to have to make some adjustments because you can't keep giving up 4 and 5 yards of carry.
Well, Jesuit is going to their strength, their offensive line. We're going to run right at them. I think they decided, hey, enough of this fooling around with throwing the football. Let's see if they can stop us running. We've got the advantage. We outweigh them up front, but Rummel's going to 4-man front right now. Already.
2nd and 5 at the 37. 3 receivers set left, motion into the formation. Whittington, keeper by the quarterback McMahon the other way, looking to get the corner, cuts back, dives across the 40 to the 41, gains 4. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 yard to go. Let's check in with Jordan Liuzza on the Rummel sideline. Jordan.
Ken, interesting stuff here. I just talked to one of the Rummel's trainers to confirm, but Coy Moore, the wideout, USC, has actually played safety in the game here, and also Corey Smoot, the safety, come in a wide receiver.
Yeah, he'll play both ways. Sure.
I'm told that they're going to be switching him in and out throughout the whole game, Ken.
All right, thanks very much. There's the first down run by Whittington to the 44-yard line, a gain of 3.
A nice surge by the offensive line from Jesuit to get that first down. They're doing a good job. Rummel's going to have to tighten up, either start slanting, looping.
Oh, they're coming right at him now, Phil.
They can't sit there, because if they sit there, they're going to get blocked.
Yep.
First and 10 of the 44. Jesuit now is establishing the run game very well on this drive, as they've run it 5 straight times for a couple of first downs. Clock melts down to 6:50 and counting in the first half.
Well, they've got the size, great size advantage up front. I see it. Keep on running it.
At the 44-yard line, snap it. They're going to keep it. Whittington took a big hit there and goes backwards as he was hit by Colby Fields at the 46. That's going to be a gain of 2. So Whittington gets 2 to the 46. It's going to be 2nd and 8.
And a lot better job by the Rummel defense recognizing that play, and they allowing only a 2-yard gain.
2nd and 8.
Blue Jays now with trips to the right.
Let's see if they stick with the running game here. He's going to try to throw.
I think they will.
Quarterback keeper.
McMahon is in trouble. He's down at the 45-yard line, downed on the play beautifully for Rummel on a good job chasing it down from the backside. And is that Kyle Walker playing defense? I can't tell the number. That's 48, I'm sorry. That's 48, and that is Stephen Cage.
It was a great job by the backside of Rummel. They came down real hard. They did a great job that time.
That's the old student body play, except for the quarterback keeping it.
You got it.
Everybody out in front of him.
So McMahon lost a yard of the 45, so it's 3rd down now and 9 yards to go. Twin receivers left, a single right. McMahon fakes, looking, throwing, and it is going to be incomplete. Perfectly timed hit by Quentin Cage, separating the receiver. Luke LaForge from the ball will force a Jesuit punt.
Luke LaForge hit him right in the bad spot, right in the hand. But he felt he was going to get hit, Phil. I think he was waiting for somebody to really lay it to him.
The timing by Cage was really good, though. He hit him just as soon as the ball got there. It was great timing. Sure,
it's to punt it away, and it will be Kaufman dropping deep. Clock stopped with 5:25 to play in the half. Still 7-0 Raiders on top.
Rummel looks like they're in punt safe right here. Yep.
They are. The punt is very high but short. Fair catch called for and taken by Kaufman at about the 24. That's where Rummel will start this possession with 5:17 to play in the half. Still up 7-0.
Phil, you talked about Saunders being a great offensive line coach. Let me tell you this story. When he was coaching at Shaw with Jay, Marks told me, he says, Coach, I get one of the best compliments of my life when I was coaching at Shaw. So when your son Jay told me, you coach the offensive line, it's like my dad.
That is a compliment right there.
From the 24-yard line, they'll start here. Crescent City Sports Prep Football is brought to you by Riverlands Insurance in Luling, meaning all your insurance needs. Call Riverlands at 1-800-336-4579 or go to Rivins.com. That's RIVINS.com. Thanks to Riverlands Insurance. Rummel is still on the sideline, and the play clock is down to 15. They're going to have to run on the field to get this play off.
They're going to have to snap it in a hurry.
I don't think they were ready at all.
They're going to have to get a timeout here. Let's see.
They got to go quick. They can't afford to get 5 right here.
On 1st and 10, not to start a drive. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, they got it off. They run a pitch play left. It's in trouble in the backfield. Reversing field is Moore. He's escaping one tackler, and he ran a long way to get 2 or 3 yards. They're all over Moore. They're just looking for him everywhere he goes.
The Jesuit defense is good. I tell you, they pursued. I thought Rummel could pursue a lot too, but Jesuit defense gets after you. Okay.
They pursue and they don't get out of position.
Right.
They're where they need to be. Just like on that cutback over there, they had people in position to come in and make the play.
Yes, Sturgis in the backfield. He has not carried the ball yet. 2nd down and 8 yards to go at the 26.
We hadn't seen a north-south run yet. Might see one here.
Snap it, fake it, quick throw outside. It's caught in deep traffic, and Moore gets to the line of scrimmage, and a flag comes down. This is a disaster from the start. Jesuit is all over Coy Moore.
Right, you got to get away from him.
They are absolutely going to smother him, and then you get a block in the back as well on Rummel.
A hold, yeah.
The block in the back was the sign, and again, this will knock them back 10 yards to the 16-yard line.
And it's going to make a lot of pressure on this Rummel offense right now because if Jesuit holds them, Jesuit will get the ball in great field position with time left on the clock.
That's 5 penalties and 43 yards on Rummel now.
Ever since the first drive where Rummel took it in for a touchdown, the Jesuit defense is just stymied them, just stopped them cold.
They made some good adjustments on the sideline.
Yes, they have.
Jesuit has. They made some real nice adjustments. Now,
back to the 17-yard line where it's 2nd down and 18 for Rummel.
Got to be careful here. No pick if you want to throw it.
Fields the snap, gives to Sturgis running left, his first carry, and he gets across the 20 to the 21-yard line, picks up 4. Jalen getting his first carry of the game.
You know, I think they went to a 4-man front there, and I think they did primarily to get a pass rush.
Yeah.
While they're doing it, not to stop the run because they haven't run inside yet.
This becomes a big down on 3rd and 14. Field position obviously incredibly important in this game, the way it's unfolding. And it's 3rd and 14 from the 21.
I think we're going to see him air it out here.
4 receivers set. Sturgis the running back with Fields in shotgun. On 3rd and 14.
That's that 4-man front again.
Snap it, retreating.
Bring a line
Fields
backer.
looking. He's going to throw down the field, and it is
caught,
I believe, by Ray Shaw for a first down at the 40-yard line. A perfect throw by Chandler Fields, and a good job by Amore Shaw to get a first down for Rummel.
Coach Greco, that is a big-time throw.
Big-time throw and a big-time catch over there on the boundary over there by Jesuit. Because I tell you what, he was very well covered. He was very well covered. He used his body real well to protect the football and get a chance to catch it.
They got Walk in the game as a running back. Now let's see they try to run off tackle for the first time tonight.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line with 3:04 to play in the half. Snap it. Give it to Walker running left. He's at the 45. He's at the 50 and chopped down there. Went right at the first down marker. Good open field tackle made there by Freddie Washington to save a big play. But Walker shows you his quickness. He gets 11 and a first down.
He's got really great speed, and he's got the outside speed that Rummel needs to put pressure on that defense.
You know, Jay and I were talking about Walk after the game last week, and he says, you know, Dad, he says, this guy's a good athlete. He said he's a solid running back, legit. Phil, he told me he's a legit 4'5", 4'6".
First down, Rummel at the Jesuit 49 with 2:43 to play in the half. Raiders up 7-0. Here's Fields taking the snap. Going to keep it right. And he's going to be hit, but falls forward across the 45 to the 44. And a flag comes down. I'm not sure for what, unless it was a face mask.
Face mask?
I didn't see any block that looked bad. Face mask indeed. So it was 57 on the tackle for Jesuit. And that's Hotard,
You know,
but apparently he got the face mask.
Ethan, he showed me something on that run there. He turned it up, and he looked like an option quarterback right there. When he turned it up and used his speed, he got, 5 yards, and they're going to get a little bit more with this. I think it's a 5-yard penalty.
It is a 5-yard
I'll tell you, look, I know last year he threw for a lot of yards, but I'm watching him this year. He's a much better quarterback, in my opinion, because he is running the ball more this year and putting more pressure on defenses.
He's running the ball, and he's keeping them out of bad plays. That's the whole key.
He's really done a great job.
To the Jesuit 39 with a 1st and 10, 2:20 and counting in the first half. Each team with all 3 timeouts left, a 4-receiver set for Rummel. And they're going to run it inside, and falling down, trying to make a cut was Walker. Well, no, he slipped and fell before he did. He slipped and fell into his own man as he tried to make a cut and only gains a yard at 2nd and 9.
I thought he was going to get a little bit more than that. I thought that was blocked for a lot more than
I thought he had.
got from it.
I agree. I thought he had a lot more yards.
Well, that's what happened. He was trying to make the cut because he saw the hole and he slipped.
Of course, the guy he slipped on. The guy, the other defender, kind of pushed the offensive lineman back in the backfield also.
2nd and 9.
At
the
he
38.
rolled up on the coverage here. Woo.
Fields in shotgun, takes the snap. Wants to throw a quick one outside of Ray Shaw. Slipped the tackle, 40, 35, and down about the 33. Jesuit is all over those quick bubble screens, and yet Rummel's still throwing them.
Well,
it's close.
I tell you what, that'll make you lose some sleep at night watching that, because it looks like they can pick it off anytime because they are overplaying those plays.
Yes, I test twice he's gotten away with it, Phil. The third time might be the charm for Jesuit.
Are they setting up a pump fake and then go?
I think that you have to consider that at this point. But the way they're coming up like that, you have to look at a pump fake.
Here's 3rd and 3 at the 32. Got out of bounds with 1:29 to play in the half. Still all 3 timeouts. Not quite in field goal range.
Diggs is in a ball game. He might try to go wide
on
to the
3rd
right.
down and 3. Fake it to Diggs. Fields retreats. Fields looking. Wheel route to Diggs, and he missed him. Boy, Diggs is wide open, and he just threw the ball wide of him.
That was a touchdown.
Oh, I mean, he's got it right there. That's just unfortunate. He's thrown the ball so well, but that's a big miss for Rummel.
Looked like he turned and looked for the ball over his wrong shoulder, He
Yeah.
was expecting the ball inside and it was outside.
And he was wide open.
Now here comes a 4th down and a long 3 from the 32. Rummel's going to go for it because it's 4-down territory.
Sure.
Look at that little option route that they ran on the goal line here to get this first down. Let's see.
Fields looks to the sideline.
They can't cover the inside. I don't know how they can cover the inside receiver.
Play clock to 3. Rummel will take a timeout. No, nothing wrong with taking that timeout. They still have 2 left.
No, don't. You don't want to just bring them with you at halftime because you can't save them. And this is a good time to use it right now with 124 and a 4th and 4.
I agree. But they come back in that same set, Phil. Rummel's inside receiver. All he had to do was run out in the flat. Nobody could cover him.
Just run the stop route. Just have all the receivers run a little option route. I promise you, somebody'd be open.
Well, Crescent City Sports Prep Football is presented by Loft 18 in Metairie, the premier indoor golf and entertainment center, a deluxe recreation and relaxation complex designed for year-round, all-weather, day or night play. Located at 3128 Metairie Road, corner of Causeway. Go to loft18.com to reserve your stall or dine in. Go see the Whitman family at Loft 18. We know the Whitman family pretty well, Phil.
Know him pretty well. Bob Whitman is a heck of a person. He is
yes,
involved
he is.
in a lot of things. He works very, very hard and helps build houses and just a wonderful.
Here's a big
guy.
4th down and a long 3. Sturgis, the running back, with Fields on 4th and a long 3. Fields the snap, wants to throw. He does.
There
It's a quick one. It's caught. First down, Ray Shaw. He's inside the 25 and down to the 22. A gain of 10.
Phil, they had him outmanned to that side. You just said a little stop route. Exactly what they did.
Open, and that's exactly what they did. I tell you what, it was a good read, good route, and that takes a lot of pressure off your quarterback having to make great throws all the time. It's a simple little route.
Right.
It's very effective.
1st and 10, Raiders of the Jesuit 22. A minute 9 and counting. Still 2 timeouts left. The clock will become a factor now as we tick down to a minute to play. Here's Fields giving it to Sturgis. Sturgis bounced it outside. Is hit and tackled hard after a gain of about 2. Rummel might have to take time out here. The problem if you run the ball now, clock's really going to run on you. Only 2 yards, and it's 2nd and 8, and the clock's down to 47 and counting.
I don't know why. They better hurry.
Yeah, they're not really in
playoff.
setting the play.
They've got plenty of time right here. Yeah. Believe me, they've plenty of time.
With 2 timeouts left, they're slow to get this one in. Now they stop things.
Well, you'd like to get a touchdown
for another football.
You don't want to come out of here with a field goal. Right?
It looks like they're throwing the football out of the game. I don't know what this is all about.
So they've changed balls.
Somebody let the air out.
That's why they stopped the clock momentarily. It should start here in a moment. 2nd and 8. There it is. Clock starts. 45, 44, 2nd and 8 from the 20. Snap it, fake it. Fields is going to run right. Fields at the 20. Fields at the 15. He cut back, and now he fumbled the ball, and Jesuit's got it.
Jesuit got it.
They said he was down. They said Fields was down, and that is a huge break, but the clock's running, and Rummel has got to call timeout.
Timeout.
I don't know if they even are aware of this. 27 seconds, they finally called timeout. Well, first of all, shouldn't he run out of bounds, guys? I mean,
yeah, he should have gone out of bounds.
Actually, he was going for the first down. That's why he cut back inside. Okay, he had pressure coming from the outside, and that's why he cut back inside trying to get the first down.
Ball came out, but he was down and hit the ground and came out.
Big break for Rummel there.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a disaster.
Well, Fields has a lot of yards rushing tonight, Ken. He's put some yards out there.
He's got 43 yards rushing on 6 carries. He's been the ball carrier for Rummel.
Yes,
he has.
Whenever you face a defense like this, it's concentrating primarily stopping your bubble screens and stopping, the four seams and that kind of thing. Your quarterback has got to be a person that can run the ball and get you first downs and get away from the rush. And that's what he's been doing.
Yeah, he's done a great job of it.
And I think Jay's done a great job of using him in the right spots. You don't overuse him, but he's using him in the right spots. And he's making some good decisions.
Let's hope we don't see the bubble screen right here, Phil. It would scare me, okay?
So Rummel has it 3rd and 1 at the 13 with 27 seconds left. And they've only got 1 timeout left now.
They got Diggs in the backfield next to Fields.
With 3 receivers left and a single right. Short side, right side of the field. He wants to throw on 3rd and 1, quarterback draw. He'll get the first down at the 10, slides down at about the 8. You've got 1 timeout left. Clock stops to move the chains, but Rummel has to be ready to go. First and
spike
goal of the 8.
Got to spike it right here.
And they will. So stop the clock. They didn't even start the clock there. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, they didn't.
Did they blow it dead before it was snapped? I think they did.
No, 1 second ran off. It was
Okay,
21.
so they did say it was incomplete.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Second and goal from the 8.
Key right here is you got one timeout. You can afford to try to make a run in the end zone and call timeout, but when you throw it, you don't.
He
want
wants
to
to throw it here. He's under heavy pressure. And now they call a hold, and that's going to push Rummel way back with 14 seconds left. So, again, shooting themselves in the foot here.
That's 3 holding calls. Every time Rummel's going outside, the flag has flown.
Holding on Rummel is really going to push them back here and make a field goal much more difficult. That's 6 penalties on Rummel.
Yeah.
And this one's going to end up really pushing him back as a spot foul. I mean, from the 8 to the 25-yard line. I mean, that's a 17-yard penalty or more. 17 yards.
Well, Rummel has one more timeout. I would throw it in the end zone.
Yes.
Okay. Or throw it, if you throw it short and, set up for the field goal, you still got a timeout to stop the clock.
6 penalties and 60 yards on Rummel. So it's been really tough, and they're on the fringe of field goal range now. This is about as far as they could go to have a chance.
I think it can't happen here. He can't get caught for a loss, and you can't have a
Well,
penalty.
the question is, you go for the end zone or you try to get yards back for a field goal.
Either way.
With one timeout left from the
Rummel
25.
moved.
And Rummel moves. Now they're out of field goal range. And this is a disaster. It's 7 penalties and 65 yards, and no excuse. It's just a lack of discipline.
Yes, no doubt.
They've had several opportunities to take control of this game here in the first half, Phil. And
they're
hurt
letting
themselves.
them stick around, which you can't do to a good
You can't
football
do that.
team.
Remember,
you cannot do that.
Jesuit gets the ball at the start of the third quarter. Rummel's had their chances. They've blown them.
7 penalties and 65 yards.
That's the difference.
And again, the holding penalties are one thing, but these pre-snap false start penalties have been absolutely brutal. And now they've gone from a first and goal to back at the 30-yard line, second and goal with 12 seconds left and one timeout left. And Jordan will try to talk to Jay Roth at the half here.
He's not going to be happy.
Snap it.
Get rid of
Fields looking, steps up.
Get rid of it.
Gonna run, 30, 25. He's back in field goal range, 20, 15, 10. That's a smart run by Fields. Gets out of bounds near the 10. That's a good, smart decision.
Good decision.
A good run gets Rummel a good field goal opportunity.
Very good.
20 yards to the 10-yard line for Chandler Fields. He's rushed for 68 yards in the half. And now we'll see the opportunity for Patrick Vanderbroek here for the Raiders on what should be the final play of the half. It's going to be on the right hash, so he'll have an angle right to left. And this will be from, it looks like 27 yards out on what should be the final play of the half.
They got pressure coming. Jesuit's keeping nobody back.
Well, of course not in this situation.
Yeah.
With a short field goal. Right hash mark, 27-yard field goal attempt by Patrick Vanderbroek. Snap, spot. The kick is up. He's hit it long enough, and he has hit it right through the goalpost. So on the final play of the first half, Patrick Vanderbroek with a 27-yard field goal gets us to the half with Rummel leading Jesuit by the score of 10-0.
That was huge right there, Kenny, to get those points on the board. If you go in and don't have any points at halftime after driving it like that and having those positive situations and then just blowing it.
All right, let's get Jordan getting set up to get Coach Roth. Jordan, anytime you have him, you ready? Take it away. He's going to get him right now. As Coach Roth's still on the field, Mark Sanji's talking to the officials, and Coach Roth is watching this intently. I'm not sure what that discussion is about.
He wants to know what that discussion is
about. But he's trying to figure out exactly what it is.
Sure.
While they talk it over, and we'll get Jordan with Coach Roth here momentarily as he gets him in position, and again we'll have him face us, and whatever took place there, I think, is finally done. As Coach Sanji heads to the locker room with his team, and now Jay Roth is walking over there himself. He wants to talk to the referee too, I do believe. So he's going to do that, I think, have a conversation with him before we have a chance to visit with him. So, again, both coaches checking with referees. What do you suspect this is about?
I have no idea. It might be something, about, how Rummel's lining up They think it might be illegal. I'm not sure. It could be anything, really.
Yeah, I think it could be illegal formations. Something similar to that, Phil.
Yeah. So whatever it was, both coaches have finished, and now Jordan has Jay Roth. So Jordan, take it away.
Roth, you came out, you scored right away. You got to be pleased with the start to the game.
I am. That's a good football team. Be up 10-0 right here. Defense has played good. Offense put together the first drive, which is picture perfect like we've done all season. And scrapped 3 points the other day. So I'm happy.
I know penalties. I'm sure you're not pleased with that, but what can we expect moving forward in the second half?
Well, we're going to clean up a little bit on offense, and they're good. They're defending. They've seen everything we see once. They come back and stop it. So that's what we'll do.
All right, good luck.
All right, Jordan.
All right, Jordan, thank you. Thanks, Coach Roth, as well. It's halftime here at Joe Yenny Stadium, and it is Rummel 10 and Jesuit nothing. We'll take a timeout. Back with our halftime show in a moment. You are listening to Rummel Raiders football on WGSO 990 AM and watching it live at CrescentCitySports.com.
Greetings, Raider fans. This is Congressman Steve Scalise, Rummel class of 1980.
So how do you want to handle the extra break? Just come back and you goes the straight one, or you want to?
No, just take this one, and then I'll come back to us, and I'll throw it to another break.
The Raiders on winning 2
Okay.
shifts. Here's wishing the Raiders best of luck and whipping the opposition in their quest for a 3rd title. Thank God Almighty, I'm a Raider. Raider pride.
Archbishop Rummel High School thanks Steve Scalise for his support of Rummel Raiders football. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Michael Dubuque, your Metairie and New Orleans Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Michael Dubuque are proud sponsors of the Rummel Raiders football team on WGSO 990 AM. For all your investment needs, call Michael Dubuque at 885-6432 or visit him at 4437 Trenton Street in Metairie. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
So the Raiders on top of the Blue Jays by the score of 10-0 here at Joe Yenny Stadium. Ken Trahan with you. It is homecoming for Rummel, and the Jesuit band will perform with the Jayettes on the field right now, and then we'll get the homecoming festivities for Rummel taking place as well. Rummel took the opening drive of this game, and they went down the field and scored as they took the opening kickoff, decided to take the ball first, and it paid off. Rummel drove 7 plays, 69 yards, 3:14 off the clock. Fields a 5-yard touchdown to Zach Mirabel. Vanderbrook's kick was good. It was 7-0 with 7:46 to play in the first, and it stayed that way until the last drive of the first half. Rummel went 14 plays, 66 yards, 5:15 off the clock to end the half, and Patrick Vanderbrook kicked a 27-yard field goal to give the Raiders a 10-0 lead here at halftime. So the Raiders up 10-0 on the Blue Jays. We'll take a timeout here. Back in a moment. This is Rummel football on WGSO 990 AM and at CrescentCitySports.com.
John Terrio, Archbishop Rummel High School class of 1979 and managing partner of Malcolm M. Dinas, Certified Public Accountants. Our firm has been serving the Gulf South region for over 60 years. We assist our clients with tax compliance and auditing. We also serve as the CFO for many of our corporate clients. We have a specialized forensic accounting group that consults with attorneys on litigation matters. We are proud supporters of Archbishop Rummel High School and the LaSallian tradition. The mission is to educate each student according to the principles of the Catholic Church in the LaSallian tradition of faith, community, and service. Thank God Almighty, I'm a Raider.
In the 467 Hickory Avenue in Harahan is the new report. With an under $10 lunch and excellent items weekly, Bienvenue Bar and Grill has daily specials and fresh fish with a vast menu of hot plates, platters, burgers, and po' boys. Bienvenue Bar and Grill has a separate bar area with video poker and TVs to watch the games on, and it's happy hour from 3 to 6 weekdays. Open from 11 to 9:30 Monday through Saturday, with the bar open until much later and open Sundays during the football season. Visit BienvenueHarahan.com for more information. You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to play only offense or defense, so when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate Stan. Are you in good hands? Call Allstate agent Eddie Corcoran, class of 79 at 504-469-6400. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
John Terrio, Archbishop Rummel High School class of 1979 and managing partner of Malcolm M. Dinas, Certified Public Accountants. Our firm has been serving the Gulf South region for over 60 years. We assist our clients with tax compliance and auditing. We also serve as the CFO for many of our corporate clients. We have a specialized forensic accounting group that consults with attorneys on litigation matters. We are proud supporters of Archbishop Rummel High School and the LaSallian tradition. The mission is to educate each student according to the principles of the Catholic Church and the LaSallian tradition of faith, community, and service. Thank God Almighty, I'm a Raider.
Archbishop Rummel High School has educated students in the heart of Metairie for over 50 years, offering 4-year engineering, biomedical sciences, and law studies programs. Archbishop Rummel prepares your world. With over 50 clubs and teams, Archbishop Rummel will be your son's home away from home throughout his high school experience. To learn more about Archbishop Rummel High School, visit RummelRaiders.com. Archbishop Rummel High School. Be
Halftime here at Joe Yenny Stadium, and Rummel leads Jesuit by the score of 10-0, along with Easton Roth, Phil Greco, Jordan Liuz. I'm Ken Trahan. Chris Coleman back in the studio. Matt Merritt and Chip Merritt taking care of business here for us as well. CrescentCitySports.com. Well, it's homecoming. Return to Severn was great. Thursday night, Rummel Athletic Hall of Fame inductions took place on campus. It was a special night, and it was an absolute honor to be there and see 4 outstanding individuals get honored. Fred Kinsley, part of that Fab Five basketball team in 77, 78. Now 6 of them in the Hall of Fame, including Donnie Schneider. And Fred Kinsley, the final member to get in. And great to see Fred. He's well-deserving. That team won 49 straight games and 2 state championships. Earl Kilbride, outstanding football player, set the single-season interception record for Rummel in football. Was part of a state championship team in baseball for Larry Schneider. And he's an orthopedic surgeon now in Austin, Texas. And great to see Earl. Well-deserved. Pat Ritchie, back-to-back state championship wrestler for the Raiders. And he was just superb in 96 and 97. Loves the school. And Pat is back, giving back to his school now, running the Scorpion Wrestling program at Archbishop Rummel and the wrestling facility at the school. And there was another guy, too, some 4th guy that got inducted. His name escapes me. I don't know. I've been blessed. You know, Easton and I were both blessed to be part of this, largely because of Phil Greco, who started this back in 1997. And I know had a lot to do with both of us being inducted into this Hall of Fame. So turnabout is fair play. It got me on the selection committee now, so I was the first voice and had the first nomination, and I nominated Phil, and that was easy, and that worked out really well. You talk about deserving nearly a quarter of a century in one school that he loves and sent his sons to, and really enjoyed his time there immensely, but so did everybody who worked with him. And Easton, I know you share the same sentiments about Phil.
I guarantee you Phil Greco has done just an outstanding job at Rummel High School, and I'm glad that you nominated him, Kenny, and he got it the first year that he was available to get it, because he's very deserving of it. You know, a school, can only be as good as your administration. It starts with the principal and assistant principal, and it comes to athletic director, because he's an administrator too, and he's involved in a lot of decisions other than just athletics. And he also has the tough job, and I know, and Phil knows both, an athletic director, you get a lot of pressure from a lot of people, and you have to satisfy a lot of people, and sometimes, Phil, it gets kind of shaky a little bit at times, right?
Well, I learned a long time ago, Easton, you can't satisfy everybody.
You're right about
that.
that.
You do the best job you can, and you go about
and
your
be
business.
Fair, right?
And you be fair. And some people are going to like it, and some people aren't, and that's just the way it is. But Rummel's just been so good to me. Starting the Hall of Fame, I thought about it when I first got there, and I had to give it a little bit more thought. I wanted to do it more quicker than 97, I think was the first year. But Fred Landry and I, the alumni director, got together, and we wanted to do it right.
Right.
And we made up bylaws and had criteria on what was required to be in the Hall of Fame. And it was just so many people that had gone in the 70s and 80s and early and 60s that deserved to go in. We haven't gotten to the 2000s very much.
Right.
In those years, okay? And there's a lot of good athletes, that we coached in the 2000s, and very few are in because we had to go back, because the rich history of Rummel was all the sports being successful, and it was just so many quality quality athletes and people.
Right, you got to look at Rummel was so powerful, not only in football, basketball, track, baseball, and it has some great athletes. But Phil, talking to Jay after the Hall of Fame induction all this year, he said that it was great to see the amount of Coach Robards being there and the amount of basketball players that come out and honor their former teammate. Jay said that was some impressive. He said the crowd was massive.
It was probably, Kenny, probably the biggest crowd we've had in that,
it really
in that
was.
thing. And like I said, all the basketball teams showed up to honor Fred, and it was a great event. And it's something I always look forward to every year is doing that, because I loved hearing the people's speeches about Rummel.
Yeah.
Okay. I loved hearing the people's speeches about Rummel, and that was very, very, big with me. And like I told them at the induction, I've heard everybody's speech, and it all goes back to one thing, and it's their love of the school.
Right.
And what the school did for them. And not what they did for the school, but what the school did for them. And that shows you what kind of people that Rummel turns out.
Right, I agree with you, Phil. And, I happen to be around for all those years when we were winning state championships in track, we were winning state championships in basketball, baseball. And it just made the school and the whole student body just so much better, brought everybody together.
I think in the 70s, when you guys were there and everything was rolling, and probably the Catholic League was at its zenith at that time, the 70s. I mean, in all sports. I mean, I was at De La Salle and watching our basketball team play with Jordy Hultberg and that bunch. They were pretty good, too.
Yeah.
And, playing Rummel and St. Aug was good and Brother Martin was good. But it was just a great time. But I think Rummel set the tone, because I can remember just watching the student body at Rummel at games, how the kids played with such confidence and class, that I think it set a standard for everybody to look at. I know it did for me. And Don Perrette had a lot to do with that, from my standpoint.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, we talked about this earlier, but Don Perrette was only the head coach 8 years at Rummel, okay? There have been many, many coaches that stayed 25, 30, 40 years and made huge impacts on their particular schools. But I don't think any of them made a bigger impact in 8 years like Don Perrette did for Rummel High School.
Yeah, Phil.
And you were there and you were a part of it and you saw it personally.
We were talking. I was talking with Randy Johnson today on the phone by Coach Perrette, and he brought up a good point. When he came there in '71, he hired a staff that no one knew anyone. I was the only one who knew Henry Rando, and Henry knew me, and the rest of the staff we had never spoken to before. And how he put us all together and gave us all a lot of responsibility and gave us so much credit when a lot of the credit should have gone to him, and he's praising us. And it was just a pleasure to work with Coach Perrette, because I can't even describe working with him unless you actually did it yourself, to see how great of a man he was and how much he loved Rummel. And Phil, I'll never forget that day. First game we ever coached together at Rummel. We played East Jefferson in the gym at Rummel High School, and Don Perrette made a speech. And the last thing he said was Rate of Pride, and described to the student body what it meant. And they all stood up and said Rate of Pride for the first time, how emotional that was. And then, Phil, we upset East Jefferson. And the next week, we played Chalmette here at East Jefferson. They were a great football team. We had to stop them on the goal line to win. And one of our football players grabbed his jersey, a defensive guy, and started hollering Rate of Pride. And this stadium exploded.
Those kind of stories just, give me chill bumps
me too.
when you think about them.
I mean the whole state Rate of Pride, and we held them and went 2-0.
That's amazing. And I believe that the Lord puts people in the right places at the right time. And Don Perrette obviously was the right person at that time.
For a lot of us, he was in the right place.
He was in the right place. There's no question about it. And I tell you, when I came back and he was just teaching, when I got into college coaching, I always made a point to go see him and talk to him.
Yeah.
Even when he was at Archbishop Hanning's. But he was one individual that was just totally consumed with football. There's no question. I mean, he was totally consumed with it. And you talk to all those ex-players that you guys coach, and they talk about him with reverence. I mean, like someone that's more than a man,
right?
Okay, more than a coach. A father figure, a spiritual leader.
Yes.
All those things that really made him the man that he was, how he impacted those players, those coaches, and how he impacted the entire Catholic League.
You know, I was talking to a former football player before the game today, played for Coach Perrette, and he says, you know, it was so sad to see Coach Perrette pass away, but he says, Coach, he made me what I am today, and I'm going to tell you how he did it. He says, after every practice, he talked to us for 10 or 15 minutes. We had to look him straight in the eye, and it was about life. It was about what you wanted to do for yourself. And he says, that made me the person I am today. And not only him, but a lot of other Rummel football players.
You know, it's funny the respect that he, Connie Carrigy, who works at Rummel, she had him in class when she was at Redemption, and she said she was scared to death of him.
Yeah. I was scared.
Well, you should have heard our radio show with Ed Daniels and I this morning.
Sometimes when I called the bad play, I got scared to death too.
Ed and I were talking about him today on the radio show this morning on the Three Tailgaters show on WGSO. And Ed recalled, he says, yeah, I had him as my PE teacher as a freshman, and I was scared to death of him. He said, I mean, he frightened me. And ultimately, he came to respect him, as I did, and we all did, and he's just a remarkable guy. And again, our prayers are with his family. What a special person. The R, that's Don Perrette. Raider Pride, that's Don Perrette.
Sir,
Winning, that's Don Perrette.
You ask anybody that coached with him, if he wanted to speak to you on the back porch about something after practice, he had a little scar on his neck, and if he was scratching that scar, it wasn't going to be a happy ending, okay?
I hear you. Well,
but he would tell you, I love you, Coach.
I would encourage everyone to go to CrescentCitySports.com and read our story on Don Perrette on the website, which will give you an idea about his career, who he was, and what he accomplished. A marvelous man and a great part of Rummel lore. Final note on that, isn't it ironic that Don passed away the night of Rummel's Athletic Hall of Fame?
You know, I thought about that when I saw it, when I got the email that he had passed away, and I said, he passed away. I said, that's amazing, because you know, he was one of the first members in it.
He was an inaugural member, sure.
First, because he, you know, the Raider Pride thing, but just an exceptional individual, and you know, just someone that just everybody just admired and respected, and such a spiritual person too.
Yes,
I mean, very much so. He was a man of deep faith and Christian faith, and admirable for that. A family man, a Christian man, a wonderful teacher and football coach, and a legacy that is secure. Don Perrette. It's halftime here. Rummel 10, Jesuit nothing. We'll take a time out here. Back to tell you about some first half statistics as we continue in a moment. This is Rummel football on WGSO 990 AM and at CrescentCitySports.com.
Power System, who's located at 129 Polk Street, is a proud sponsor of Rummel football. Crescent Power System represents top products including Toshiba, Alstom Grid, Distron, MTC, PowerCom, electric inputs. At Crescent Power Systems, the objective is to provide innovative engineered solutions, integrating world-class suppliers with our valued customers in a collaborative partnership. Matt Colasino, class of 75, and Crescent Power System are a proud supporter of the Raiders in their quest for a state championship. Go to CrescentPower.com. Nick Impastato and Acacia Financial Group have a vast portfolio of financial vehicles for your business and personal needs.
Hey.
Tax-favored, non-qualified retirement plans.
Yep. They've dominated this game. They should be, you know, they should be up bigger.
Nick Impastato, Rummel class of 68, president and general agent of Acacia Financial Group, is a proud sponsor of Rummel football. Acacia Financial Group, helping clients solve their financial puzzles.
This is Dominic Impastato, Raider class of 1997, and former member of Coach Ross' first two Raider football teams. Wishing everyone in the Raider family a great season and an excellent school year. I'm proud to represent the citizens of District 4 in Jefferson Parish on the Jefferson Parish Council. Thank you for your prior support of me and support going forward. Along with Jason Euro, class of 97, and Mike Quigley, class of 1970, who work in our District 4 office, we wish all of you the best of luck, and we say collectively, thank God Almighty, I'm a Raider.
Hi, this is Ken Trahan, inviting you to join me for the 24th year of Ken Trahan's original prep football report on WGSO 990 AM and WGSO.com. We'll have 6 hours of the best prep football coverage anywhere each Friday night from 6 to midnight. Ro Brown and Les East host Countdown to the Original from 6 to 7 with game previews. I take over at 7 with reports from 35 games statewide, interviews with winning coaches, statewide analysis, and frequent school board updates from CrescentCitySports.com, the best school board in the state. That's Ken Trahan's original prep football report, Friday night from 6 to midnight on WGSO 990 AM.
Halftime here at Joe Yenny Stadium with Rummel on top of Jesuit 10-0. It's homecoming festivities with the homecoming court being introduced for Archbishop Rummel. Ken Trahan, Jordan Liusa, Easton Roth, Phil Greco with you. And just taking a look at the first half numbers in this game, it would indicate a one-sided game, but this game is very much in play. Rummel with 10 first downs, Jesuit with just 4. Penalties a big item. Rummel 7 for 65 yards, Jesuit 4 for 44 yards. Rummel has 1 sack. Jesuit does not have 1. Turnovers, Rummel has 1. Jesuit has none. Rushing yards, Rummel with 90, Jesuit with 58. Passing yards, Rummel 107, Jesuit with 2. Total yards, Rummel 197 and Jesuit 60. So, guys, the reason this game is only a 10-point game would be the turnover and the penalties, correct?
Correct. I would agree with you 100% that, you know, the 1 turnover and especially the penalties is really hurt Rummel. It should be more than 10-0. But I'm with you, Ken and Phil. This ball game is far from over.
Oh, it's very, very much far from over. I tell you what, it's going to be a dogfight. What they were complaining about, I found out that Coach Sanger was complaining to the official about the receivers, you know, holding on the perimeter.
Well, they called 5 of them already.
They called a couple. I don't know what, you know.
How can you complain?
They called everyone. Hey, I just want to say one thing.
Sure.
Got my 2 grandsons. They're in the car listening to this ball game. Parker and Carter, future Rummel Raiders. Want to say hello to Parker and Carter and keep on. And you guys got to keep your Raider pride because we got to win this second half, guys.
That's right. But Raider pride's got to come out tonight, okay?
It does.
Well, again, what makes this rivalry so special is 2 great schools and really good people on both sides. Call my friends in immense fashion on both sides is the ties that bind on both sides. It's remarkable when you look at it. Jay Roth, of course, was the Jesuit offensive coordinator when he was hired by Phil Greco to be the head football coach at Rummel. So there's a start for you there. Easton Roth was the head football coach at Rummel after he was an assistant at Jesuit and became the athletic director at Jesuit High School. To give you some perspective. And, I mean, I could go down a list. It's an incredibly long list. I mean, Henry Rando, our late great friend, was an assistant coach at Jesuit, became an assistant coach at Rummel as well. And, I mean, I could go on and on and on. Look, my father was a Jesuit grad, loved his school, bless his heart and bless his soul. And my older brother, a Jesuit grad as well. And myself and my younger brother, Rummel grads. And, you know, there's a lot of that when you look at the 2 sides of things that really come into play. Even the staffs. Darrell Rule, who was at Rummel for many years, at Jesuit now.
Yeah.
Graham Jarrett, who was at Jesuit, is at Rummel now. So you kind of get the picture, right, Phil? I mean, it's one of those things where there's a lot of shared
and I tell you what, the relationship that when I was there, and I'm sure it still continues, that we had with Jesuit was really outstanding. I mean, if they needed our wrestling building because theirs was being worked on, we let them use it. If our gym was being worked on, we went to their gym to practice. I mean, and David Morrow had a lot to do. Frank Mizaraka did as well, but David Morrow, you know, he was such a good friend of mine. David was about 3 years at De La Salle. It was his sophomore, junior, and senior year. Yeah. And then when I go to Northeast to coach, he's playing baseball at Northeast. So we had a good background. And he, of course, coached baseball for Jesuit, did a great job. We had many, many good games against him, and then he became the athletic director. And, you know, we talk almost daily on the phone about different things. Yeah. So that relationship, I think, has really been good. It has been a rivalry, but it has not been one of those rivalries that you're embarrassed about.
Phil, I'll tell you a true story. The first year I'm athletic director at Jesuit, we play Rummel here. My son Randy scores a winning touchdown in the last minute or so. After the game was over, the first guy that ran up to him and hugged him and congratulated him was the president of Jesuit High School.
That's something.
It shows you about the relationship you have between the 2 schools.
That's true. That's true. But it is a rivalry, and when they put it on, they are ready to play.
That's right.
Which is the way it should be.
It's going to be put on right now for the second half, too, you hear?
Well, we'll start to see what adjustments have been made right away.
Yeah.
Rummel came out and spread it out and got away from what they've done all year, which is run the football. Again, they came into this game running the ball 76% of the time, guys.
Yeah.
76%. And that's not really been what we've seen tonight. They reverted back to what we've done last year with this team, and for good reason with Jesuit's defensive front. Now we'll see the chess game and what happens here in the second half with adjustments on both sides being made.
And I think
Jesuit will
Phil
get the ball first.
And like Phil and I always said, the first 5 minutes of the third quarter is some of the most important time you have in a football game.
And you know, one thing too, Easton, that we all talked about as coaches, that you know, in any close game, big game, there are 5 plays that's going to make the difference whether you win or lose.
Yes.
You never know when those 5 plays are going to happen.
It can occur at any time.
All right, so
anytime. So
Noah Varnado and Will Moran are deep to receive the second half kickoff. Patrick Vanderbrook will kick it off for the Raiders. Dorn in their all red, Blue Jays in their whites tonight. Color contrast for sure. Vanderbrook takes a long approach, and he hits this one hard toward the sideline. It is fielded at the 1. Upfield to the 10.
Ooh.
Shook a tackle, and now upfield to the 15. And Varnado gets to about the 20. And now a flag comes down from way down the field. I mean, way down the field. That's a flag from about 30 yards down the field.
He threw that flag. He might hold a record for throwing the flag the furthest right
I
there.
guess he had to see a personal foul. I don't know what else you can see.
I saw something he didn't like.
I have been impressed with Rummel's kickoff coverage this whole season. They get down, they're in their lanes, and they're running down there, and they are
blocking it back.
Blocking it back on Jesuit. So this will be a 10-yard infraction from where it ended up. So it'll put it back near the 11 by the time it's done. 5th penalty, 54 yards on Jesuit.
And you see right there, Rummel had a missed tackle around the 11. They're running back, then want to cut across the field. Everybody going around and blocking it back is going to occur. But very poor field position for Jesuit to start the third quarter.
Well, Rummel needs a 3 and out right here and have good field position.
Blue Jays will open with 3 receivers to the left.
Steve McMahon runs it in the
empty
first down.
backfield. Slot to the left. Motion across the formation. He'll keep it. Rolling left under pressure. Got it off and bounced it because of the pressure. Incomplete. Reading that beautifully and staying home was Kavos Craig. He just absolutely didn't bite on the fake.
Did a great job. I tell you what, though, when you roll to your left, you don't get your feet set, you're going to be short on passes every time. And that's what happened there.
2nd and 10.
But Rummel had pressure on him, Phil.
From the 11-yard line. Opening possession of the third quarter. 10-0 Rummel on top of Jesuit.
Rummel with a 4-man front to start out.
Motion across the formation. Fake it. McMahon wants to throw it. Does so. It's almost intercepted. Boy, he threw into traffic there to the backside. And that play was totally covered. He tried to get it to Noah Varnado. And Gavin Holmes leaped and almost came up with it.
Great coverage right there. They had a man in front. Rummel had a man in front and a man in back. And there was no way to fit that ball in there because it was a too tight a window.
Are you surprised he threw the ball right here to where they've been running the football twice and it's deep in his own territory?
I am.
3rd down and 10 from the 11.
Big play right here for the Raiders.
Twins left a single receiver right. Quick snap, rolling, stopping, cutting it upfield, wants to throw and does. And it is, can't tell, I think, incomplete. Yeah,
incomplete.
It was incomplete. Couldn't tell to the far side. It is incomplete, intended for Will Moran. So 3 passes, all incompletes, and a 3 and out.
I'm surprised at those
defense.
3 play calls.
Especially in that field position right there.
Yeah, that field position
you would think
right
you'd
there.
want to try to move the ball, get a couple first downs,
Jesuit runs its kicking team on the field quickly. Rummel's got to react very quickly here. Shurik stands in his end zone, and a quick snap, and the kick is away, and it's going to be bouncing, or rather caught by Kaufman at the 40. Shook a tackle, shook another. He's trying to get away from this one. He can't. Great coverage and a really good tackle for Jesuit to stop him from getting anywhere by number 19, Trip Haddad. And the Raiders still will start on the plus side of the field at the Jesuit 46. Could have been better, though, because he had a chance, but the coverage was really good.
Yeah, coverage was good. It was a good kick, and that's probably about as good as he could do right there with that punt.
And now Rummel, who's had control of this game, has a chance to take control. They can do something good with this drive.
Right, it'd be a great start for the Raiders. They can put some points on the board. But let's see them come out running the football here. They come out throwing again. I see Sturgeon's back in the game and they're running back. Corey Moore split out to the right.
And they have been all over Moore in this game, determined to take him away, and they've really done that. But it can break out in other places, as we've seen. 1st and 10 from the 46 of Jesuit for Rummel.
A running formation here for Rummel, it looks like to me. Let's see if they give it to Sturgis here.
Fullback is slotted right. Fake it, wants to throw a quick one. It's open, it's caught to the 40. And down there, they got the ball outside to Moore, so they finally get him the ball in space, and he picks up 7 yards.
But they had him one-on-one out there, and that cornerback was really playing well off the field. So that was a good read that time to get it to Moore.
Very good read. And I noticed, too, the Jesuit defense, they tightened up a lot when Rummel had those 2 backs in there.
Yeah.
Okay, which left the receiver, with a good cushion out there, and that's why he was able to get the ball to him.
They thought they were going to run the ball there.
Yeah.
2nd and 3 at the 39. 3 receivers left, a single right against a 5-man box defensively with Sturgis in the backfield. Fields gets what he wants from the sideline, ready to operate. On 2nd and 3, going to run an option short side to Sturgis. There's nothing there. He's going to lose yards. And I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, it's such a short distance to find anything, and against a disciplined defense, there's just nothing there.
And Sturgis is not an outside runner.
He's not an outside runner, but, the little option play is good, but they had someone on the pitch and they had someone on the quarterback, and there was nowhere to go because nobody was blocking, out in the perimeter. They were just hoping that the guy was
so from 2nd and 3 to 3rd and 5 now for Rummel.
I don't know if Diggs got hurt or anything, but he hadn't been in the ball game in a while.
3rd and 5.
He's standing on the sideline with his helmet on.
We'll get Jordan to check on that. Logan Diggs standing there. 3rd and 5 of the 41. He was a big factor on that first drive, guys. Snap it. Fields wants to throw it. Blitz is on. Fields down the middle. It's caught. He's open in space. 35, 30, Moore tackled in the open field beautifully again by Washington, but has a first down. But again, the open field tackles, that's a play that could go, but still a good play for Rummel.
Well-designed play, okay? They motioned the back out. He just stood there, and they brought and crossed Coy Moore underneath, and really a good throw.
But also Jesuit blitzed the middle linebacker field, and that left the middle wide open.
So it's 1st and 10 at the Jesuit 30 as Rummel converts. Their 11th first down of the game. And now the running back is Kyle Walker. Strong right formation. Fake to Walker. Fields wants to throw, steps up. Good run. He's going to throw deep. Jump ball coming. Tipped away, incomplete. Boy, he could have run that. He had a lot of space to take off there, but he tried to go to Renton in the end zone. Broken up beautifully by Jesuit.
And he was well it I tell you that. It had to be a perfect throw, and it was a little underthrown and lucky
I
it
tell
wasn't
you one
intercepted.
I tell you one covered, Rochelle in the end zone by himself.
Well, he had a lot of room to run, though, if he just took off
there.
there.
A lot of room.
2nd and 10 at the 30. This time a running back Sturgis in the backfield with Fields. Fullback slotted up near the line of scrimmage. Fake it. Runs Sturgis right. Cuts back. Finds 5. Broke a tackle. Still running hard. Gets about 8. There's that good hard run by Sturgis that we've seen all season long. And that's some 8 yards.
Biggest play between the tackles with the running back carrying the ball and not the quarterback. Very good job by the line. He kept his shoulders square running the ball and made a nice 8-yard gain, and that's 3rd and 2.
A much needed 8-yard gain. 3rd and 2 right here. 2 downs to make a first down.
Well, maybe, or maybe depending on what happens. Field goal's a possibility, but will Sturgis get the ball here on 3rd and 2? Jesuit thinks so. They're tight defensively with that outstanding defensive line.
You might see Fields keep it to the outside.
Fields with 5 on the play clock. 4, 3, takes the snap. Gives to Sturgis, leaps over one guy, makes a cut, gets the first down. Still pushing. They can't get it down. Jalen Sturgis inside.
What a run.
Pulls his way to the 8. 1st and goal, Raiders. Look at the offensive line react.
I tell you what, when you have a back like that does that, it excites the whole team.
Phil, he leaped over one guy.
He leaped over one guy, and I tell you what, he ought to be fresh because he has not run the ball much in the first half, so he ought to be fresh.
14 yards, 1st and goal, Rummel at the Jesuit 8-yard line as Sturgis just imposed his will on the Blue Jay defense.
Unbelievable.
Rummel with an opportunity here. They've had many in this game. Can they finish? 1st and goal at the Jesuit 8. Sturgis remains the running back. Fullback slots left. Run Sturgis that way. He's hitting the backfield. Shook one, shook another, but he'll still be hit for a loss. White shirts are all over him as he's hit for a loss, and Rummel will play behind the chains on 2nd down and goal from about the 10.
He's just not as effective on those sweeps as he is running between the tackles, okay?
It's a loss of 1 officially. It's just inside the 10, so officially the 9, 2nd and goal. From the 9-yard line. 3 receivers right, a single left. Fields looks over to the sideline. Gets what he needs. Sturgis in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Takes the snap. Gives to nobody. Keeps it. And he's in deep trouble and down at the 10. That looked bad from the start.
Yep.
Whatever it was supposed to be.
I don't know if it was supposed to be a fake. Sturgis looked like he was supposed to get the ball because he sort of looked back like what's happening. So
it's a
looked
loss
like
of
a
one.
miscommunication. I don't think the pocket was the handoff was going to be clean, so he kept it.
Loss of 1. It's 3rd and goal at the 10. So after having a 1st and goal at the 8, this one's not working out well for Rummel.
Not at all. Got to be careful here.
3rd and goal from the 10. Sturgis still the running back. Fields takes the snap, retreats to throw, steps up, looks, throws down the middle, tipped and almost picked off. Tried to get it to Ray Shaw. Tried to get it to Ray Shaw and tipped away beautifully, and now Rummel's going to have to try a field goal here.
Guys, I just got an email from Don Perret's nephew telling us thank you very much for all the kind words we said about his uncle.
Yeah. Wonderful man.
That was easy. You know, that was very easy.
This will be a 27-yard field goal attempt. He kicked a 27-yarder from the right hash mark 10 the first half. This will be a 27-yarder for Patrick Vanderbrook from the left hash mark. So testing his accuracy on both hash marks.
Let's hope his accuracy is right through the goalpost.
Cook the holder.
Jays are coming.
Snap, spot, kick is up. You're plenty high enough and plenty long enough, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 6:54 to play in the 3rd. It's Rummel 13, Jesuit nothing. Back in a moment. This is Rummel Football on WGSO 990 AM and at CrescentCitySports.com.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to play on the offense or defense, so when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone who can handle it with your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate staff. Are you in good hands? Call Allstate agent Eddie Corcoran, class of 79 at 504-469-6400. Subject to availability and qualifications. Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Greetings, Raider fans. This is Congressman Steve Scalise, Rummel class of 1983, proudly representing the 1st Congressional District in the great state of Louisiana. Speaking of great, congratulations to Coach Jay Roth and the Raiders on winning 2 state championships. Here's wishing the Raiders best of luck and whipping the opposition in their quest for a 3rd title. Thank God Almighty I'm a Raider. Raider pride.
Archbishop Rummel High School thanks Steve Scalise for his support of Rummel Raiders football.
Here's the kickoff, fielded by Varnado at the 1. Upfield to the 5, up middle to the 10. He got away from 1. He's outside, and he's loose. 20, 25, 30. Good return by Varnado. Gets Jesuit good field position outside the 30 at about the 34-yard line. So a good return by Varnado for the Blue Jays.
They had him trapped up by the 10-yard line, a missed tackle.
Yeah, missed tackle right there. You know, it's very unusual for the Rummel kickoff team to give up that kind of yardage.
So the Blue Jay offense, which has been stymied, back on the field. Still only down 2 scores, though.
Yeah, they just need to find themselves. They got to decide how they want to attack Rummel. They've just been, doing different things. And
I think they're going to come out and try to run right at them right now, Phil. They had success doing it.
6:42 to play in the 3rd. Here's the snap. Fake it, McMahon. Rolling right, under pressure. Reverses, field, stops, throws, and it's caught. Good job by McMahon to find the backside receiver, who was Will Moran, for a gain of about 8 yards.
Moran showed us a lot of ability right there. He was trapped.
He did a good job of resetting his feet after he was trapped and delivering a strike to the receiver.
Very good.
For a 9-yard gain.
9-yard gain, 2nd and 1.
He's a good athlete. Keeps control of himself. He's not had a great night, but you can see that he can get it going.
2nd and 1 from the 42-yard line. Snap it. Going to run Whittington inside. 1st down and more across the 45. Bangs out to about the 47-yard line for a gain of 4 and a 1st down. For Jesuit.
I think those are the kind of plays just right at Rummel that probably worries the Rummel defensive coordinator, Dick Monica, the most, because we're not very big up front.
Right.
And they can consistently do that. It's going to be tough to stop.
Phil, Jesuit up front is 247 pounds a man, going 202 pounds a man for Rummel across the front.
Rummel just went to a 4-man front to try to
stop it. 1st and 10 from the 47. There's a straight sweep
again.
left by McMahon. Cuts in, and he's knocked down hard after a gain of 2 at about the 49-yard line by Ron Franklin.
They had success on that play in the 1st quarter. First time they ran it, but Rummel's done a good job of pursuing.
Well, good job at the backside of Rummel pursuing, Phil. Well said, because he tried to cut back, and a Rummel defense was right there waiting for him.
2nd and 8 at the 49-yard line. Jesuit in their own territory. 13-0 Raiders on top as we approach 5 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. Man in motion, Willie Robinson, fake it to him. McMahon wants to throw. He's looking deep down the field, down the middle, diving catch made.
What a catch.
Bergman caught it. Jesuits at the Rummel 16. First big play of the game for the Blue Jays.
That's the first time they ran a play action like that, Ethan, and they really quarterback made a great throw. Receiver only had a step on the guy, so it was just a perfect throw.
And it's a great catch.
Yeah.
Brendan Bergman all the way down to the Rummel 15. Jesuits in the red zone with a big fray. First down, 36 yards. Great throw and catch.
And for Brent Bergman, that's his 8th catch of the season. He's going to remember that one.
First big play of the game for Jesuit. 36 yards and a first down. Motion, Robinson, fake it. McMahon keeps, he's hit hard, gets a yard. Kibos Craig was there to make sure he got nothing more.
Good job by staying at home by Kibos Craig. He stayed at home. He didn't go for the fake and was on the quarterback and made a good stop.
Hey, Kibos Craig, Phil, is going to be one heck of a football player. He's only 5'9", 220, a sophomore, but he can play.
He can play.
No doubt. 2nd down and 9 after the gain of 1 of the 14. Whittington, the running back, twin receivers right, a single to the left. Motion across the formation. Snap it, rolling right is McMahon.
Got a guy in the flat.
McMahon throws it outside, it's caught. Good hit made by Kaufman, he didn't catch it, incomplete. Yep. Big hit made by Kaufman, separated the receiver Bergman from the ball. It's a good job by Donovan Kaufman.
It was just a flood route over there, and he threw to the first receiver, and Kaufman did a heck of a job of covering that guy and knocking him out of bounds.
I tell you, I thought it was a great defensive play, Phil. You really didn't come up and try to attack him and say, if you catch the ball, I'm going to tackle you right there for a short gain. Brings up a big 3rd and 9 for the Blue Jays right here.
From the Rummel 14, but 4:04 to play in the 3rd quarter. And they go with twin receivers to either side. Whittington in the backfield. Quick snap, McMahon with a blitz on, gets it off, throws it, corner end zone, caught, touchdown. Touchdown, Jesuit. He caught it. And the Blue Jays are within a score. Bergman caught it on a 14-yard pass. Perfect throw.
Got a rough in the pass also against Rummel.
Yeah, I watched it. I'm not sure it was rough in the pass, to be honest with you.
He called it.
It was a heck of a throw, I tell you. And he was on a direct. It was a heck of a throw.
And a heck of a catch.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty well covered.
Beautiful throw and catch. 14-yard touchdown. And Jesuit has cut the deficit to 13-6, and Schertz will try the extra point to try to make it a 6-point game. Snap it, spot it, kick is up, and he's nailed it. So, with 3:57 to play in the 3rd, it is now Rummel 13 and Jesuit 7. The Blue Jays have awakened.
Big plays, guys. The Jesuit got some big plays on that drive, and that made the difference. It makes it a lot easier when you don't have to worry about a 12-play drive because you'll have mistakes.
2 huge pass plays.
Yeah.
Phil Rummel's going to pick up a 15-yard penalty on his kick, so they're going to come up, luckily, to have the ball around their 20-yard line. So this game has turned around very, very quickly. Very impressive drive by the Blue Jays. 2 great throws by McMahon, and also 2 great catches by their receivers.
You know, Ethan, whenever we were in this situation where we were kicking off and they just had a 15-yard penalty, I thought a lot about onside kicks at this point.
Yes,
no
indeed.
doubt. Because you're not going to give up that much field position with an onside kick.
No doubt about it,
so
Phil.
that's something that you may be watching right now.
You might see it right here.
Yep.
I think Rummel better be ready for it, too.
Because
you know they're not going to kick deep.
Even if they don't get it,
yeah,
they're going to be on the 35, okay?
So the 15-yard penalty on Rummel is 8 penalties and 80 yards against the Raiders.
The other thing, they might try the sky kick.
Well, I tell you what, if they're going to onside kick, the way Rummel's lined up right here, it's going to be.
They're going to widen out once.
Yeah, they got to widen out on that front.
Once Jesuit breaks their huddle, they'll widen out.
They've got to widen out. And there's a good chance of this.
So Jesuit kicks off from the Rummel 45. Big chance to pin Rummel back here. As Schertz will simply hit it as hard as he can and drives it into the end zone for a touchback. And that's when you trust your defense. And Mark Saunders got a really good one. He's going to trust his defense here to play as Rummel will start from the 20-yard line.
They're going to put a lot of pressure on the Rummel offense right here. Rummel's going to have to do. They can't afford a 3 and out right here after giving Jesuit that quick touchdown like that.
Jesuit's got some momentum right now, and Rummel's got to answer.
You said it right there, babe. They have got the momentum going for them. Their confidence is built up after that touchdown. The pressure's on the Rummel Raider offense right here. They must move this football.
So Rummel will start from its own 20.
And Diggs still not in the ball game.
Yeah, I can only imagine his ankle's bothering him again.
His ankle had to be hurting him again. Yep. Walking, the running back next to Chandler Fields.
And he was such a big factor early in this game. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Snap it. Fields wants to throw to Walker. He does.
Good
Cuts
play.
back at the 20 and fights forward to about 4 yards. Still fighting. There's a flag down on the other side of the field, so that can't be good.
This
for
could be
Rummel.
holding.
I mean, again,
it's holding.
It's hard to see from over there, though. I mean, goodness gracious.
It's got to be holding.
Yeah, you know it is in the middle of all that.
Yeah, every time Rummel throws the ball out there, it's holding. Here it comes right here. Watch. Holding. Yep. Every time on the outside. That's impossible, Coach Greco.
It's no question that Sanju's working that official on that side.
Yeah.
Every time they throw that little bubble over.
Right.
Quick
Every
screens,
time.
Every time.
Right.
And,
he has called it every single. What's that? 5 times, huh? Or 6.
So Walker caught it and gained 3.
When he caught it, he should
have. We're trying to see where the ball is going to be marked. They still haven't put it down. It is the 13. So he gained 3 on the completion and then the 10-yard penalty.
And every time they throw on that little screen or pass out to the left side, Jesuit sideline, it's been a holding call.
Back to the 13, 1st and 17. Quick throw underneath, caught. 15.
Nothing.
And again, nothing there. Just great tackling. Maybe the 17, and that's all.
Great pursuit by the Jesuit defense. This Jesuit defense can run from sideline to sideline.
They can run and they keep everything in front of them. That's the other thing. They're keeping everything in front of them where they can come up and make the play.
Looked like he had something for a while.
I thought he did too.
And then it's collapsed on him. This great defense.
5 yards to the 18, so it's 2nd and 12.
Great
Coy
defense.
Moore on the reception.
They need a first down in the worst way right here.
2nd and 12. From the 18-yard line. 2:50 to play in the 3rd. 13-7, Rummel on top. Snap it to Fields. Fields under heavy pressure will be sacked as it broke down and he got demolished back at the 10. Perry Gansey, his 10.5 sack of the year. He is a fantastic football player.
There was nobody open. Nobody was open. I mean, he couldn't do it, and they put some pressure on him and got to him. You can't protect him forever. I mean, that's just impossible. But now it's
loss of 8 back to the 10, and now it's 3rd down and 20 for Rummel from the 10. And
they got to be careful here.
One way or the other, Jesuits in great shape here. Almost going to send Sturgis back on the field for Walker. And we can only assume Diggs is hurt again because he has not played since early in the game. And again, he was a big part of this game plan. 3rd and 20. Snap it to Fields. Retreats to throw. Fields throws down the middle, caught at the 20, but well short of the first down is Moore. Did get him some punting room out to about the 23, a gain of 13, but Jesuits defense has done its job.
That helps the field position, especially on this punt, to pick up about 12 yards like that. So, and the sad thing about Diggs, he was, an integral part of the game plan this week, and all of a sudden, it's out, it's gone.
Yeah.
Because of his injury, and that's very tough because he could do things that the other kids couldn't do.
Cannot do. There's no doubt he injured himself again.
12 yards on the completion in a punting situation. Bergman, who caught the touchdown pass, is deep for Jesuit. Vanderbrook will punt.
And things have
10-man front for Jesuit. Vanderbrook stands at about his 8-yard line. Blue Jays coming, but he got it off, and it's a wobbly kick off the side. It bounces at midfield. Takes a Rummel bounce inside the 45 and down about the Jesuit 41.
Came out
so the Blue Jays will have 1:06 to play in the 3rd with the football and momentum, trailing Rummel 13-7.
And Phil, they have just shut down Rummel's offense.
They have made the adjustments, and with the help of the holding calls, they have really shut them down.
Right. But the holding calls haven't helped at all.
No,
but I find every time, if I'm going to throw any kind of pass around, I'm going to throw it into the Rummel sideline, okay?
That's a good point.
I'm not going to throw it to the other side.
That's a very interesting point. 9 penalties and 90 yards on Rummel. That has been a major factor in this game.
But I've never seen so many holding calls on outside receivers in any one football game, and I've coached a long time. And
Jesuit operates 1st and 10 from its own 41. Robinson is the running back. He'll get the call inside. Lunges forward to the 43. It is down maybe at the 44, so he got 3, and it's going to be 2nd and 7.
Rummel needs
his first carry
like,
of the game.
Rummel needs a fumble recovery or an interception or something to go their way to give them a little bit juice back.
Yeah, definitely the momentum has shifted over to
no
Jesuit
doubt about it.
2nd and 7. Jesuit at its 44. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Rummel 13, Jesuit 7. Twin receivers left, a single to the right. Robinson in the backfield. McMahon retreats to throw. He's got a lot of time. Going to throw it outside. Man wide open, and the catch is made at the Rummel 39-yard line. And a first down for Jesuit. Wide open was Noah Varnado, their big play man. He comes up with a play.
And that's just, I mean, he was one-on-one out there with the guy, and he let him just run right by him.
17 yards.
It looked like he was playing press man on him, and he just let him just get right by him. He didn't have any help over the top, obviously, because nobody came over.
17 yards on the completion of Varnado. Jesuit on the move at the Rummel 39 with a 1st and 10. 21 seconds to play in the third. Snap it, run it right. Robinson's hit right away, stacked up. He'll go down.
A nice job by the defensive line.
Looks like no gain on that play.
What's hurting Rummel right now is his secondary. That's where the trouble is. See, was wide open. They're going to throw it right here. You can book it.
That'll be the end of the third quarter with our score. Rummel 13, Jesuit 7. An exciting fourth quarter to come right here on WGSO 990 AM and at CrescentCitySports.com.
Archbishop Rummel thanks the Bono Law Firm for supporting Rummel Raider athletics. John Bono, class of 69, and Michael Bono, class of 95, have handled personal injury and accident cases for 38 years. Bono Law Firm is conveniently located on Causeway Boulevard in Metairie and will touch your dreams. If you are hurt in an accident, call Bono Law Firm for a free consultation. No recover, no fee. 504-835-9909. 504-835-9909.
John Terrio, Archbishop Rummel High School, class of 1979 and managing partner of Malcolm M. Denis, Certified Public Accountants. Our firm has been serving the Gulf South region for over 60 years. We assist our clients with tax compliance and auditing. We also serve as the CFO for many of our corporate clients. We have a specialized forensic accounting group that consults with attorneys on litigation matters. We are proud supporters of Archbishop Rummel High School and the LaSallian tradition. The mission is to educate each student according to the principles of the Catholic Church in the LaSallian tradition of faith, community, and service. Thank God Almighty, I'm a Raider.
Fourth quarter begins, and another complete pass from McMahon to a wide open receiver inside the 30. That's Bergman again, and Jesuit is having their way throwing the ball now as Bergman was wide open. And McMahon found him at the 28-yard line, a gain of 11, and another first down as Bergman continues to make Rummel pay.
Hard to believe to me how he got so wide open.
He came back to the ball.
Yeah,
he saw the quarterback was in trouble and he started working back to the ball. And
the
that's
defensive
how he got
back should have came back with him.
That's how he got separation.
Yeah.
11 yards on the completion. Jesuit on the move here. 1st and 10 at the 29. Straight keeper right. Bounced it outside. Cuts back. Broke a tackle. Gets 5 or 6. And again, Jesuit continuing to move the ball extremely efficiently here.
Quarterback is really a gamer. I tell you what, he made some good throws,
yes,
and he made a tough run there for 5 yards because he was hit, early and ended up getting a nice gain out of the play.
The Roman defensive staff is saying that formation is illegal, Phil. I don't know what's illegal about it.
It's 5 yards to the 23, and it's 2nd and 5 from that point. We'll check in with Jordan, first opportunity here. Fourth quarter just underway. Just over a minute in. 13-7 Raiders cling to a 6-point lead. Jesuit on the move, trying to change that. On 2nd and 5. McMahon, counter play with Robinson left. Cuts back nicely. He's going to get right to the first down and should have it. Nice cut by Robinson as he made it on his own. Really good vision there to get the first down.
It really wasn't a place to run, and he just made something. He just made some good cuts.
I think the Roman defense, Phil, was getting a little bit tired. They're not pursuing as they did in the beginning of this football game.
Well, when your offense is not controlling the ball a
right.
little bit.
1st and 10 at the Rummel 17. Jesuit in the red zone here. Trying to take the lead for the first time with 10:30 to play.
They'll run right at him here.
Wide side, right side. They're going to run it left. Robinson looks to bounce it outside.
Great
He's hit for a
job.
loss.
Good play.
Good job by Donovan Kaufman to come up and knock him for a loss back at about the 21-yard line.
You know, that play's always been a staple for Mark Sanji, that zone play, that wide zone, and Rummel played that thing excellent right there.
Loss of 3 to the 20. It's second down and 13 yards to go from the 20-yard line with 10 minutes to play.
I tell you, Kaufman shows me he can play, Kenny.
Yeah, very good player.
He's a very good player.
Good player and a great kid, I tell you.
Second and 13 from the 20. Twin receivers right. Bergman goes in motion at right, so they overload that side. Snap it, rolling that way. McMahon forced back a bit. Still rolling, still looking, throwing, and it is incomplete. Rummel covered it well, and good pursuit by Jordan Williams as well.
Great pressure right there. Great pressure by the Rummel defense.
But also another good job about that man, he didn't take the sack. He did not take the sack, which would have been huge. He got rid of it.
So here's a 3rd and 13 from the 20.
And speaking of huge, this is it right here.
Dominic Corona checks in for Rummel. 3rd and 20. Rummel's now sending another guy. Coy Moore is going back in to play defense. To play in the deep on 3rd and 20. Quick snap. McMahon retreats. McMahon in the pocket, steps up, wants to run. He's at the 20, 15, 10, and a flag comes down late for likely holding on Jesuit.
Yeah.
Wow. McMahon would have had a first down and goal, but instead a hold on Jesuit.
That was pretty obvious right there watching that. It was pretty obvious.
But it took a while for somebody to see it, Phil.
He was reaching for the flag, but just couldn't get to it.
Yeah, he did reach, but I was saying the same thing. Is he going to pull it out, right?
I can't remember a football game, but I've seen so many holding penalties.
Yeah, back to the 32.
You're right. That's very rare.
It's a 12-yard penalty to the 32. That's 6 penalties and 66 yards on Jesuit.
That hurt Jesuit right there.
So now 3rd down from the 32-yard line. They need the 7, so it's 3rd and 25.
I think they just try to pick up about half of it right here if they can.
Twin receivers to the right. Motion across the formation right with LaForge. Snap it to McMahon. Retreats, looking, throwing deep down the middle, and it is intercepted. But it's at the 1-yard line. Talk about a bad break.
Yeah.
Franklin intercepts it, but he does so at the 1. That's a big play for Rummel, but now Rummel's going to be way back.
I don't know how good it is, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's dangerous.
So a great play by Franklin on the interception, but Jesuit has Rummel pinned back at the 1-yard line with 9:03 to play. And again, you said it's on this offense. It is absolutely on this Rummel offense.
You have to know where you're at sometime, right?
Yeah, you do. But you know when you're playing back there and you see
the ball,
I know.
You
don't know where you are.
You got to get
You're going to go get it. He made a great play.
He really did. He made a terrific catch. So now Rummel has to start from its own 1 with 9:03 left. That's one of those darned if you do, darned if you don't plays, right?
Yeah, you got to make that play.
I hope Chandler goes under the center. Yes, he is.
He is with Sturgis behind him. Rummel's going to try to wedge this ball out of there if they can. He might sneak it. He will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he'll fight forward for maybe a yard. That's it. So not much room there.
Nope.
A yard, and it's 2nd and 9. And you know what Jesuit's thinking here? Well, just a 3 and out. And get the ball in a very short field against a tiring defense. 2nd and 9 from the 2. With 8:38 to play. Rummel holding on 13-7 here. Sturgis, the running back. Fields is in shotgun.
This is dangerous right
Takes the snap, gives to Sturgis. He's hit right away. He falls forward. He might have gotten a yard. So 1 yard to the 3, and it's 3rd and 8. You're not going to run straight at Jesuit.
No, that's tough.
No, you're not, but you really need to find a way to get a first down right here.
Right, some kind of way. You might have to put it up in the air here.
You have to roll him out perhaps.
Run out fast. You know, a sideline route, which has always been one of Jay's favorites.
3rd and 8 from the 3 with 8 minutes to play. Rummel a little bit confused there. Now they get set. Fields the snap, fakes it, wants to throw it.
Got the post
looking for
right
the
there.
slant. Coy Moore caught it. He's at the 28. Big first down for Rummel. Perfect throw.
You know,
and they got Coy Moore in space.
The free safety came over and was not there, and it was one-on-one, which something is rare that you see that Coy Moore gets, okay? But the safety came up and looked for the fake, and the post was right there.
You know, I saw it, Phil, when it lined up, I saw him one-on-one. I said, that's the first time tonight he had a little one-on-one coverage, and that post route was wide open. But that was a hell of a throw, heck of a throw, excuse me.
That's right.
24 yards and a first down to the 27-yard line. Gets Rummel out of the hole for sure. It gets him a new set of downs with 7:32 to play. First down for the Raiders in the fourth quarter. Snap it. They got to pitch it right. Sturgis cuts back nice. 30, 34, 35. Holding on as they try to strip it. He's down to the 35. That's a gain of 8.
Well, he just looks quick tonight, doesn't he?
What?
Sturgis, he looks very quick tonight.
Yeah.
Of course, he ought to have fresh legs. He hasn't run the ball a whole lot like he has in the past. So.
And the big thing for Rummel right now, too, Phil, is to run that clock. Let that clock keep going. 7 minutes left to go.
Definitely.
2nd and 2 at the 35. Under 7 minutes left to play.
Like our good friend Rick Gilly would say, it's time for the offensive line to come to the party and open up some holes. Kenny, how many times he said that?
Over and over again. 2nd and 2 from the 35. Snap at the Fields. Going to run Sturgis inside, and he got one. And then he is fighting forward. He falls forward with great effort to get the first down at about the 38-yard line. Again, he's so tough after contact, isn't he?
Yes,
he gets most of his yards after contact, which is a sign of a good back.
3 yards and a first down to the 38-yard line. There's a big first down there with 6:32 to play.
Run the clock, baby.
Both teams have all 3 timeouts left.
Take your time.
Fields gets what he wants. Sturgis will remain the running back. Rummel at its own 38 on 1st and 10. Fields in shotgun. Takes the snap, gives to Sturgis. He's in deep trouble in the backfield. Shook a tackle, shook another, and somehow got 2 yards. He should have been hit for a loss twice.
That was the best 2-yard run I've seen all night. That was
very good.
He got hit in the back, in the backfield, and just kept going and going.
And it's 2nd and 8. And if you're Rummel, you cannot feel comfortable at all with a
Not
6-point
at
lead.
all. You need first downs.
No,
Surprised we hadn't seen Walker.
You need points too. 2nd and 8 from the 40.
We're going to see some kind of run here by Fields.
Fields in shotgun. 3 receivers set. Snap it. Gonna run it right with Sturgis. He's got some room. Hit from behind. That's a horse collar tackle if there ever was one. Why does the official on the spot just throw it? It took the guy down the field to throw it.
The official on the sideline is the one that should have called it.
He threw it.
He did, but he threw it very late.
Yeah.
I mean, he threw it after he saw the other one throw it. It's a 3-yard gain. And then a horse collar tackle as well is going to give Rummel more yards here. So that's a big help for Rummel. Crescent City Sports Prep Football is presented by Loft 18 in Metairie, the premier indoor golf and entertainment center, a deluxe recreation and relaxation complex designed for year-round, all-weather, day or night play. Located at 3128 Metairie Road, corner of Causeway. Go to loft18.com to reserve your stall or dine in. Big 15-yard penalty against Jesuit. All the way down to the Jesuit 41.
That was big.
That was huge. I tell you what, it's time to snap the ball with about 2 seconds left to go on the play clock. I mean, it's time to.
It's time. 25 seconds. Run that clock.
To the Jesuit 41 with 5:18 to play.
Walker's in the game right now. A little speed here.
Well, you got to give Sturgis a blow too. He's carried the load here.
And a lot of credit.
On 1st and 10, they're going to fake it. Fields is going to roll left.
Run
he
it,
wanted to throw it. Fields
Run
is going to be in trouble. Going to the corner. And he runs out of bounds, but stops the clock.
Don't want to do.
No, that's the last thing you want to do to save their 3 timeouts. And it's only a gain of 2 to the 39. Boy, they tried to go for it all there, and Jesuit was cognizant of it and took it away.
Yeah, that was good defense by Jesuit.
No doubt.
Very good.
Yeah, they weren't going for it, but boy, that cost you 30, 40 seconds right there.
Yes.
And at this time of the game, those seconds are very, very important.
Got to know in that situation, right? So 2nd down and 8. We'll check in with Jordan first chance here. 4:59 left.
We used to practice these. I'm sure y'all did too, about not going out of bounds in situations like that.
Second down and 8 at the 39. Fields.
You got to run it here.
Is going to run himself. He's got nowhere to go. He's hit, driven straight back. No gain, just blown up there on the play by 95. Evan Tafaro. Now it's 3rd and 8, and Rummel is nowhere near field goal range. So 3rd and 8, this becomes the biggest play of the game.
Right here.
Need to get the first
From
right
the Jesuit
here.
39, and they're going to have to throw to do it. Unless they run something like a quarterback draw. And again, that play on the previous play cost them 30, 40 seconds here.
At least.
Jesuit still has all 3 timeouts when they get the ball back anyway.
I think after this play here, if Rummel does not make a first down, Jesuit will use their first timeout.
3rd and 8 at the Jesuit 39. Fields the snap. Retreating to throw. Heavy pressure. Got it off deep. Moore there, and he caught it. Great catch by Moore to the Jesuit 11. Coy Moore. Woo! As Fields under heavy pressure got it there, and there's the biggest play of the game.
You know, that's the 50-50 ball that we wasn't getting without when Coy Moore was hurt. The 50-50 ball with Coy Moore, we're going to get it most of the time.
And there's something else, Phil. Coy Moore showed his athletic ability, but turning his whole body in the air to come up with the football.
Was a tremendous athletic move he made.
All you got to do, hey, right here is run the football and run out the clock.
Try to run the ball.
That's right.
Score a touchdown, but if you don't, you're in automatic field goal range to really seal the game, right?
That's it.
1st and 10 from the 11. Or actually,
right
1st and goal from the 10. Pardon me, it is 1st and goal from the 10.
Yeah, it's just run right at him here.
Sturgis, the running back. He'll get the ball, and he'll get nothing.
That's okay.
Goes down for no gain, maybe
I think
a loss.
Jesuit's got to start thinking about using some timeouts
I
right
would
here.
think
Sure
so.
they do.
I can't believe they're not calling timeout.
If you get the ball back, you've got all kind of ways on offense to stop the clock. On defense, you can't unless you call
If
timeout.
Rummel just runs 25 seconds, Phil Jesuit will get the ball back with about a minute.
2nd down and goal from the 10. 3:13 and counting.
Yes, I'm saying Jesuit
They
get
can
the ball
snap
back
this
in a
with
minute.
about 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Just have to protect the ball and make
All
sure
you
you
gotta
line up
do.
a field goal here. 2nd down. Oh, he wants to throw the ball. He does. Touchdown. Well, that's what you do when you have confidence in a senior quarterback and in a terrific talent at wide receiver.
Hey,
Jay Roth does, and he says, we're going to do this. We're going to play to win. They might have just won it.
Hey, I saw something there out of Chandler Field. There was a guy inside, okay, and he waited for him to clear before he threw the pass, which was a perfect pass. If he doesn't clear, it's not going to be a completion, okay?
Right.
And once he cleared, because he was coming down to chase the other receiver, hey, it was wide open.
The field is tough to handle more one-on-one, right?
Very
Vanderbrook
tough.
for the
Very
extra
tough.
point. So try to make it a 13-point lead. Snap is good, spot is good, the kick is up, and it is good. With 2:58 to play, Rummel 20, Jesuit 7. And what a drive by the Raiders, guys. 99 yards.
99 yards.
You can't get a bigger drive than that or a longer one.
Phil, how many 99-yard drives you had?
Not many. I can't even think about it.
I can't think of one.
We were just hoping to get 2 first downs and punt.
The only thing I thought about was the ball on 1 yard line. Hope we didn't fumble and do something stupid.
Well, you want to know how impressive that was and the ultimate championship drive. With the game on the line, 11 plays, 99 yards, and took 6 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock. That is how you win.
That's how you win.
Hey, how many
championships,
college
right?
or pro teams can do that, Kenny or Phil?
Tell me about it. I mean,
Not many.
That's very special. Crescent City Sports Prep Football is presented by Ye Olde College Inn and Rock and Bowl. College Inn, a true New Orleans farm-to-table restaurant, open Tuesday through Saturday for dinner, and the home of the New Orleans Prep Sports Hall of Fame. College Inn, don't forget, Rock and Bowl. Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club luncheons every Tuesday at noon at Rock and Bowl at 3016 South Carrollton Avenue in New Orleans. This game's not over yet with 2:58 to play. Jesuit will get it back, 20-7 Rummel. Vanderbrook a long approach, has that hesitation move, and he kicks it pretty well. But again, we get a flag, and Rummel's offside. I mean, you can't even execute a kickoff without that. So let's check in now with Jordan Liuza on the Rummel sideline. Jordan, what do you have?
Thank you, Ken. Logan Diggs did suffer an injury. It was his arm. I'm told his bicep was injured, and he is doubtful to return, Ken.
All right, Jordan, thank you. So we kind of surmise it. At least it's not the ankle again, but you just don't know how serious when you talk about
but
a bicep.
you know how you get offside in that kick, Kenny? Because of the way Vandenbroek approached
because of the hesitation,
football.
right.
Because of the hesitation.
But
That's
he's
why.
done it all year, though, so I
He's
understand.
done it all year, but sometimes he's slower than other times.
I got you.
Okay?
Right.
And they're trying to time it to where they get down there and cover the kick. And they just got to be more disciplined. To
That's
just stay behind it.
Well, no chance to reach the end zone now. We'll have to kick from the 35. And again, Jesuit had a good return on its last kickoff return. Again, it will be Moran and Varnado deep for the Blue Jays. Here's the kickoff, sailing deep. It's going to be fielded at about the 3. Varnado upfield to the 10. He's at the 15. He's at the 20, broke a tackle, 25, 30, 33. Another big return by Varnado. Gets Jesuit good field position with 2:48 to play in the game.
Don Stout just texted me and said that Damon Williams had a 99-yard drive for a TB in the state championship game against Barb.
He sure did, by the way.
That's right.
98 or 99? We did the game.
It was 98.
98, I believe it was, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I remember it very well. That was the first score.
Yeah, but the 99 yards,
Now,
tonight was an impressive
Jesuit offense
drive.
back on the field, and they'll try to change this with 2:48 to play. Snap it, low snap, McMahon has it. He's broken containment. He's going to throw down the middle. He's got his man across midfield and down to the 47. That's a quick chunk of yardage to LaForge and a first down.
And hurry up offense by the Jays. Rummel's got to hurry up to get people in there.
21 yards. Rummel needs to take time out here.
Yeah, because Jesuit, they're ready to roll.
And they get it snapped, but I think Rummel did get the timeout.
Yeah,
they did with 2:37 to play.
Yeah, you've got to make them earn these yards and eat up the clock.
Yeah, that was too easy.
You can't give them big chunks right here, okay? Because this game is still in doubt.
It is in doubt.
21-yard play.
Score, onside kick, you're in trouble.
Exactly.
Sometimes when you play safe, it's not so safe, right?
That's right.
Yeah, what do they say? What prevent defense do? Prevent you from winning.
Yeah.
First and 10, Jesuit, the Rummel 46, 2:37 left, and
Now,
Jesuit
Phil,
still has all 3 of its timeouts remaining.
I wasn't a big fan of defense.
No, me either. I wasn't either.
You had to use it sometime.
The only way you'd use it is if it was long yardage and it was like the last 3 plays of the game, but not when they had a chance to come down and score.
That's correct.
Jesuit at the 46 of Rummel.
See, right now, Rummel's giving the middle of the field right now.
Snap it. McMahon with time. Throws to the outside.
Good play.
Batted down. Extremely well played for Rummel by Gavin Holmes as he was all over Varnado.
That was a great play.
And it will be 2nd and 10. Remember, McMahon had just 2 yards passing in the first half. He's at 108 here in the second half. Jesuit's passing game has been significantly better.
He's been very impressive the second half.
Very.
2nd and 8. Quick snap. McMahon looking under pressure. Gets away. Stopping. Looking. Throwing. And it is a flag of being caught. I think the pass was caught anyway. And it was caught by Varnado. Would have been pass interference. But another big play for Jesuit. That's a gain of 17, and the clock stops again.
They haven't lost any time at all.
No, and they haven't used a timeout. Well, that's 17 yards to the 29 and a first down. Jesuit competing as you know they would. Terrific.
No doubt.
Second catch, 34 yards for Varnado, who's a really good football player.
I tell you, they almost had my man for a huge loss. He did a great job escaping a rush.
Yeah, Jordan Williams had pressure, and he, again, showed his athletic ability. Did McMahon. They call it defensive holding, and it's declined. And a first down, Jesuit. And with 2:21 to play, still plenty of time.
Need a big play here. Need a sack.
Rummel 29.
Sack on an interception right here.
Here's McMahon. Quick snap. Wants to throw. Pressure on. He's going to be sacked. This time, Jordan Williams got him and sacked him.
Jordan Williams beat that tackle. I mean, just went around him like he was standing still. Okay.
That will force Jesuit to use its first timeout with 2:08 to play. Loss of 7.
Did a heck of a job on his pass rush right there.
He came off the edge right by him. He's a good player, Phil.
He's a good player.
Really is.
I tell you what, too. you know, when you know they got to pass, that's the defensive lineman's dream because they don't have to worry about the run.
Right.
All they have to do is just get off on the snap and beat the guy
I don't
across.
have to worry
from
about
you.
getting trapped or anything.
Exactly.
I just go.
Go.
So it's going to be 2nd and 17 from the 36 with 2:08 to play. 4 down territory, of course, in this situation.
Of course, this Rummel defense feels a very young defense, too.
They're very young. They don't have many seniors on there.
Right.
And they're getting, I tell you what, I've seen them get better and better each week.
They got better since the first week I saw them in Gulfport, okay? They got a lot better since then. You saw them then.
Second down. And 17. Taking a lot of time putting this one back into play.
They're looking at the clock. They want time back on it.
Not really sure. They did put
Yeah,
5
they put
seconds
time
back
back.
on it. Have no idea how that happens, but there's 5 more seconds on it. So 2:13 to play, saying they called timeout and didn't stop it. 2nd and 17. McMahon retreats. That's holding if there ever was holding.
Good job.
How can you not call holding on that?
No,
Jordan
the ball was
Williams
tipped.
tips the ball, but I mean, the guy was holding onto his shirt. It was pretty obvious, but it's an incomplete pass anyway.
They had a little middle screen set up right there, and Rummel did a good job of recognizing it.
Okay, Phil, if he done tipped that ball, though, they might have had something.
Yep.
So it's 3rd down and 17 from the 36 with 2:10 to play. That took just a couple of seconds off the clock. Rummel basically just needs a stop here is what it boils down to.
Just don't give up a big play. That's all they've got to do.
Snap it, McMahon retreats, flushed out right, on the run, will run, finds a few, hit hard, goes out of bounds at about the 26-yard line as he picked up about 10. So now here comes the play of the game, 4th down and about 7.
I tell you, they've only used less than a minute. From the time they got the ball, it was 2-something. Now it's 2 minutes left.
And they only got used 1 timeout.
Well, yeah.
Right. So it's 4th down from the 26 and 7 yards to go with
Ball
2 minutes
game.
left in the game. Jesuit wants to run the play right away. Rummel's running people on the field. Finally get them ready. 4th and 7. Quick snap. Rushes on, steps up, quarterback draw, it's open. He's got a 1st down and more, 15, and dives to the 11. 1st down Jesuit with 1:52 to play. They are in good shape here.
Good job,
Good
McMahon.
call.
It's
Very
been all
good call.
McMahon the second half.
Excellent call there by Jesuit.
That was a great call. The gutsy call too was on 4th down.
Yeah.
Okay.
16 yards and a 1st and 15 yards and a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. With 1:49 left. McMahon wants to throw it. Corner route coming. Jump ball. Oh, in and out of the hands of Barnadote. Wow, that was close. Good throw.
Heck of a defensive play.
Rummel needs a sack. Needs a sack here, and they need Jesuit to use another timeout for sure.
2nd and goal. 2nd and 10 from the 11, actually. McMahon gets it from the sideline. Ready to operate again with a 4-receiver set with 1:41 left.
Watch for the quarterback draw.
Snap
again.
it, retreats, steps up, he's sacked.
There he is.
Big play.
Jordan Williams forced him up, and then Colby Fields sacks him, the 3rd sack of the game for Rummel, which will force a timeout for Jesuit. And they'll have 1 left.
That's just what the doctor ordered for Rummel right there. A sack, make them use another timeout. They only have 1 left.
Right.
And it's 3rd and 10.
And that's 3 sacks for Rummel. Colby Fields gets
You
that
look at
one.
it, Phil, if they score here, they have no more timeouts left. If Rummel gets the onside kick, the game's over.
That's right. That's exactly right. The 3rd and 15
Well,
right
the scoreboard has not. There you go. They take 1 timeout off. So there's 1 left for Jesuit now with 3rd and 15 from the 16-yard line. They can make a 1st down at the 1-yard line. And, of course, it is 4-down territory. And for Rummel, it's all about pass pressure. It's all about getting pressure on McMahon in this situation. So it is 3rd and 15 from the 16. 4 receivers set. Snap to McMahon. He's got a lot of time, but there's flags down before the snap. Has to be a false start on Jesuit. It is. That'll push him back 5. 8th penalty on Jesuit. 86 yards. I don't think either coach should be happy with the penalties in this game.
No, that's very unusual. Both of these clubs having that many penalties. Very unusual.
But again, sometimes I think Phil is the pressure that's on these young kids, you know, that causes that.
Back to the 21. 3rd and 20. Snap it to McMahon. McMahon pressured again. Flushed out left. Stops. He's in trouble. He's down to the 32. And now a flag comes down. Colby Fields with the sack. What's the flag about? This is the second straight sack by Colby Fields if it stands.
Pass interference?
I have no idea at the 22-yard line.
But it's signals against Jesuit. Yeah,
it's on Jesuit. Yeah, it's on Jesuit. Rummel's going to decline it. Colby Fields with 2 sacks. He had 1.5 last week. He's really come on, guys.
Well, that one right there was big.
And they're calling their last timeout right here, guys.
Yep, that's about it.
So with 1:23 to play, it will come down to 1 play from the 32-yard line. 4th and 31 yards to go for Jesuit. With 1:23 to play, and Rummel leading the Blue Jays 20-7.
You know, the big thing, Rummel's defense was maligned a little bit here in the second half. But, Phil, when they needed it, they came through.
They have stepped up. I've really been impressed with their pass rush.
Yeah.
Okay. Making a big play on that interception when Jesuit was about to score. They have really come up with some big plays. I think they're growing up a little bit.
You know, Phil, too, they're so quick from the outside. The Rumble defensive ends, they're down. They are quick. I mean, they can run right by you. If you try to put a back on them, you're wasting your time.
Exactly.
4th and 31 from the 32 with 1:23 left to play in the game. And Jesuit is out of timeouts.
Got a Hail Mary coming up here, okay?
That's really about all they have left. Hope for a pass interference.
Got a Hail Mary.
Here we go. Now the clock is stopped. Rummel is called timeout, I believe.
They took a look at the formation, saw something they didn't like, and want to make sure that it's covered.
So Rummel will have a timeout left after this. With 1:23 to play. (20-7) Raiders trying to go to 3-0 in the league. Both sides talking it over.
Basically here, guys, you just got to keep them out the end zone. That's what you got to do.
They go through a Hail Mary here.
4th and 31 at the 32.
See what kind of arm strength.
Rummel's going to rush 3 this time. He's going to roll to the right. Craig chasing him. Craig hits him as he throws it. Jump ball coming. End zone tipped around. And it is an interception for Rummel. Interception for Rummel. Well, that's what they signaled touchback. So it had to be an interception, right?
Yeah.
See who came up with it, Phil. See if you can pick him out there.
I don't know who came up with it.
Might have been Coy Moore, guys. Couldn't tell, but we'll find out. Nobody able to tell us who it was, but Rummel did intercept it, and it's the second turnover of the game.
Like might have been Donovan Kaufman.
Could have been Kaufman. It's a single digit, so either Kaufman or Moore. 1:13 to play. Jordan will get Jay Roth. Will try to get Chandler Fields. Try to get Coy Moore. And what do you think, guys? Colby Fields or Kaufman on defense, man? I mean, Colby had 2 sacks. Kaufman was really good.
Williams.
Fields will take a knee. Rummel will just have to do that once more to get out of here. So Fields took a knee. 59 seconds left. Play clock hasn't started yet.
Rolling now.
Now it's rolling.
One
so
more
probably
snap
one more snap, and the Raiders will emerge here with a big win.
What a huge win for Rummel tonight, guys.
What?
I mean, a huge win for Rummel tonight.
Oh, I think it's a big win.
They have come a long way. They're getting better every week, which is what you have to do. This was a quality win tonight.
But the big thing is that they have to get Diggs to play, you know.
Fields takes another knee, and that should do it. We'll wait and see if they start the play clock or not in time. They will not, and the Rummel Raiders have won a big one here tonight as they've defeated the Jesuit Blue Jays by the score of 20-7 in a really good football game.
It was.
And just a really good job by Rummel. I mean, they were really pushed to the limit here by Jesuit in the second half, and they responded. And again, that's a championship drive, guys. When you take it 99 yards and take 6:05 off the clock to win the game.
But Cam, I'm going to say this right now. Both of these teams showed a lot of class in a big game like this, okay? It was unbelievable.
Well, you'd expect nothing less from these two institutions.
That's right.
They have as Phil mentioned, a really good relationship. One that you really appreciate seeing. You go out there, you compete like crazy and try to win. And then, of course, you know, when it's over with, you shake hands and you're friends with everybody.
Yep,
as it should be. Well, you know, this game meant a lot to a lot of people, including Coy Moore. We know Coy Moore started at Jesuit, and he came to Rummel, so there's no doubt that this meant a lot to him. And remember how we talked about Jesuit was absolutely dead set on taking him out of the game. He ends up with 8 catches for 89 yards and a touchdown in this game.
I mean, when they went one-on-one with him, it was over. Okay.
I mean, he's everything advertised. Okay, he's a big play guy. Okay, that's why all the comments. He's a big play guy. He can turn games around, and he turned this one around really with his catches.
Would you give Chandler Fields credit? He put the ball there too.
This may have been Chandler Fields' best night. Watching him play for 2 years. Okay, he really made some good throws, made some good decisions.
Frank Monica down there holding court with Brother Gail Condit.
Brother Gail, I saw him before.
Fantastic to see Brother Gail here tonight. I mean, what an awesome guy.
Awesome guy.
I think he hired a certain athletic director a few years back.
I tell you one thing, hey, Phil, Brother Gail was very good for Rummel High School.
Yes, he was. Brother Gail was a fantastic individual. I have never met a person that didn't have the utmost respect for that man.
You're right. I tell you, that was unbelievable.
All right, as they continue to shake hands, we'll get coach, and then we'll get some players after that. But yeah, again, my lifelong friend, childhood friend, Father Frank Giwa, never misses any of these games when he can make it. Driving from the North Shore. It's only they have a big event at his parish this evening, but he came over here anyway. That's how much he loves his school.
Well, I tell you, he just got back from the Holy Land. Did you get to rub his little cross last week you brought back?
I didn't do it. He told me about it, though.
He told me my hand, I should feel something when I rub
All right.
I said I did. I feel a cross.
All right, and I think Jordan's walking over with Jay right now. We'll get him to face us, obviously. And we'll see if we can get comments from Coach Roth here coming up momentarily with Jordan Liuzza. So, Jordan, if you want to take him, you can. Okay, he's going to shake another hand.
You got to shake Darryl Rule.
The ultimate diplomat, shaking everybody's hand. This is his former friend Darryl Rule and former coach. All right, Jay Roth with Jordan Liuzza. Jordan, if you want to get him now.
Over here. Helmets off.
That's Jay in the background. Got to get him to face us. There we go. Got a camera on here. All right, Jordan, take it away.
Coach Roth, another win, another week, another win. How does it feel to be Jesuit?
It feels better than it's been in the last couple of years. Feels real good. That was a quality win against a real good football team. And it doesn't matter how we got it done, we got it done. It got hairy at times, but it was good.
You guys really seem to be picking up steam each week. You seem to be getting better and better. Can you speak to that?
Well, we're buying in. We're buying in a little bit to what we've been preaching all year about. Sometimes it's not your opponents, it's ourselves we got to worry about, and we're just trying to be an unselfish, good team.
This is a pretty quick game, fast-paced. I think it was just over 2 hours, maybe 15 minutes. I think Coach Brett would be pretty happy smiling down right
now. He'd be happy if there's a lot of dust on the field and maybe a few cracked clipboards on the sidelines.
I won't bring up next week's opponent. I'll let you enjoy this one.
Thank you very much, Jordan.
All right, Jordan, thanks very much. Talking to Jay Roth, of course, the victorious coach, the Jesuit alma mater being played right now. And Rummel standing at attention for that, as is always the case. And then the favor will be returned the other way. Again, this awesome tradition. And while that goes on, let's do this. We'll take a time out here. We'll back with more of our post-game show in a moment. Final score, Rummel 20, Jesuit 7. This is Rummel Football on WGSO 990 AM and at CrescentCitySports.com.
Will Vanderbrook, CPA, Archbishop Rummel class of 1979, salutes the Rummel Raiders and Coach Jay Roth and wishes the Raiders the best of luck in 2012. Will Vanderbrook, CPA, provides all of your needs for maximizing your financial potential and minimizing what you pay in taxes with sound advice and planning. Will Vanderbrook, CPA, located at 2900 Clearview Parkway in Metairie, Suite 206. For more information on how you can improve your financial situation, contact Will Vanderbrook at 504-455-0762.
This is Dominic Impastato, Raider class of 1997, former member of Coach Roth's first 2 Raider football teams. Wishing everyone in the Raider family a great season and an excellent school year. I'm proud to represent the citizens of District 4 in Jefferson Parish on the Jefferson Parish Council. Thank you for your support of me and support going forward. Along with Jason Euro, class of 97, and Mike Quigley, class of 1970, who work in our District 4 office, we wish all of you the best of luck, and we say collectively, thank God Almighty, I'm a Raider.
Rummel alma mater taking place as Rummel is beating Jesuit by the score of 20-7 here tonight. Ken Trahan with Easton Roth, Phil Greco, Jordan Liuzza. Alma mater is complete. And, of course, a fantastic job by Rummel to hold Jesuit to 7 points in the offense. Well, when it mattered most, even though they missed some opportunities in this game, it came up with the drive of the year, one of the best drives you'll ever see with the game on the line. They go 99 yards like they did in 11 plays and took 6:05 off the clock. All of those numbers mean a lot.
Just when the momentum was shifting towards Jesuit, okay, just when the momentum was shifting, Rummel took control with that drive and just put the exclamation point on and said, hey, we're not going to be denied tonight. We're going to go down, we're going to score, we're going to put this game away.
And Phil, you know and I know what Jay said about last year. In the fourth quarter, we didn't show Raider pride. We didn't show mental toughness. Well, tonight, guess what? It showed up again, okay?
And I think the biggest thing that I've seen with this Rummel football team this year has been the improvement of the defense. The defense now has bought into what's going on. The coaches are making good decisions. They've got the guys in the right spot, and they are playing Rummel defense again.
Right.
Well, it was a very good performance by the Raiders here this evening as they win it by the score 20-7. We owe you one more break. Why don't we take that right here, and we'll continue with our post-game show in a moment. This is Rummel Football on WGSO 990 AM and at CrescentCitySports.com.
Archbishop Rummel High School has educated students in the heart of Metairie for over 50 years, offering 4-year engineering, biomedical sciences, and law studies programs. Archbishop Rummel prepares your son for the real world. With over 50 clubs and teams, Archbishop Rummel will be your son's home away from home throughout his high school experience. To learn more about Archbishop Rummel High School, visit RummelRaiders.com. Archbishop Rummel High School. Become part of the plot.
This is Dominic Impastato, Raider class of 1997, former member of Coach Roth's first 2 Raider football teams. Wishing everyone in the Raider family a great season and an excellent school year. I'm proud to represent the citizens of District 4 in Jefferson Parish on the Jefferson Parish Council. Thank you for your support of me and support going forward. Along with Jason Euro, class of 97, and Mike Quigley, class of 1970, who work in our District 4 office, we wish all of you the best of luck, and we say collectively, thank God Almighty, I'm a Raider.
When the final horn blows at the All-State Sugar Bowl, the action is just beginning as another jam-packed year of Sugar Bowl activity lies just ahead. With over 55 annual events, including all Louisiana high school state championships, the Sugar Bowl support of amateur athletics adds up to big fun and big dollars for our economy. From the Crescent City Classic to lacrosse, sailing, basketball, and more. For more on the great things, log on to allstatesugarbowl.org. Sponsored by Allstate Dynasty Destination Management and Dos Equis.
Hi, this is Ken Trahan, inviting you to join me for the 24th year of Ken Trahan's Original Prep Football Report on WGSO 990 AM and WGSO.com. We'll have 6 hours of the best prep football coverage anywhere each Friday night from 6 to midnight. Ro Brown and Les East host countdowns to the original from 6 to 7 with game previews. I take over at 7 with reports from 35 games statewide, interviews with 20 coaches, statewide analysis, and frequent scoreboard updates from CrescentCitySports.com, the best scoreboard in the state. That's Ken Trahan's Original Prep Football Report, Friday nights from 6 to midnight on WGSO 990 AM.
Outstanding victory for Archbishop Rummel tonight. They win it 20-7 over the Jesuit Blue Jays. Ken Trahan along with Phil Greco, Easton Roth, and Jordan Liuzza. I want to thank Chip and Matt Merritt on the CrescentCitySports.com side for a job well done tonight. Chris Coleman, of course, in the studio for WGSO tonight. Outstanding job as well. Raider players have headed to the locker room. We'll give it about 2-3 minutes more. If they don't come out, then we'll do it a wrap here. But we'll see if we can get another comment or two if, in fact, they come back out. But, again, when you have homecoming, Phil and Reeston, you've both been coaches. It's a distraction. Fans love it. Alumni love it. Coaches hate it.
It's a definite distraction. I used to hate. I remember the first year I was at East St. John High School. They had a tradition there that for homecoming, before the game, the players, senior players, would walk the homecoming court.
Oh, no.
And
stop that.
I stopped that right away. And I tell you what, I didn't get it. That was my first year. I hadn't proven myself yet. And people were saying, "Who's this guy? This has been a tradition and reserve for years."
Well,
and but we didn't do it, and we, I said, let the parents or let somebody else do it. I said, I don't want the players doing that.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what, Phil. That and at Rummel too, the big thing was ring day. So when I was head coach at Rummel, I'd always schedule a game on Thursday night and then have the ring day on Friday, okay? I wanted to make sure everything was going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I'm with you with homecoming also. It is a distraction. You have to try to overcome it, but I think as a coach, you put more pressure in trying to overcome it. I think you worsen the matter, Sometimes you got to let it just roll.
You just let it just roll. I'll tell you what, last night I went over to Return to Severn, and that was the biggest crowd I've ever seen. They had a turnout that was unbelievable. Every year that event just grows and grows, and it's just a special thing. And it just makes you feel good to be a part of this family.
Sure. I mean, I think that's a great thing to do. Whoever thought of that idea should be given a lot of credit, because it brings back family. It brings back players. It brings back family. It's just a tremendous thing to actually see and be a part of. And I just think things are going the right way.
They got food booths. They got jumps for the kids.
Something for everybody.
It's something for everybody. And, they got, of course, the cheerleaders, the band plays. They introduced the homecoming court, the Hall of Fame members. I mean, this is incredible. And I tell you what, it's just unbelievable how that thing's grown.
You know what it does, too, Phil, when all these young kids and all come there to Return to Severn? I want to be a Rummel Raider.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Okay.
No doubt about it. They want to be a Raider.
A lot of kids here tonight watching. I remember that when brought my son here and did the same thing. And that's a special thing. The school does a great job of organizing these activities, and of course, it's a great school. And Jesuit's an outstanding school as well.
Yes, it is.
This entire league has nothing but great institutions and really good people. And Jesuit's a good football team. They are 4-3 and 2-2 in the league, but again, they've lost to 3 really good football teams in Warren Easton, John Curtis, and I think it's safe to say now that Rummel is a really good football team. With the 2 games they've put together now, these were 2 very impressive performances, and you couple those with the Gulfport performance, and that signifies to me that this is a good football team.
I don't think there's any question about it. We've seen improvement in all phases this whole year. I mean, from last week, they got it going really good, and they played it and beat a quality team tonight in Jesuit. Jesuit very well coached. They do some good things. They make life difficult for you, especially with their schemes. But Rummel, stepped up to the task, and that was something that Coach Roth and the staff were looking for. Are we going to be able to step up?
Yep.
No doubt. Well, the players are still in the locker room, so we're probably going to
I think it'll
put
be
a wrap
while.
here in all likelihood, because we got to move on. Certainly, Jesuit's just finishing up their talk, so we'll see if we can go get a quote or two from Mark Sonji, not for the air, but for our story at CrescentCitySports.com. So, in any case, Rummel wins at 20-7, and this was a fun one, and we will have more Rummel games to come. Now, the next Rummel broadcast we'll have is against John Curtis on October 27th, the 2 p.m. game here at Joe Yenny. Next week, Rummel plays Brother Martin. That is a game that is going to be at Tad Gormley Stadium on a Saturday night, and that game is, of course, going to be on WGSO as well, a Brother Martin broadcast that I'll be part of, and look forward to that with my friends Chad LaRose and Lenny Sumich, who do a great job.
That would be good. Anytime you with Chad LaRose, don't tell him what's going to occur now. You hear, Kenny?
Yep.
My man.
Yep, no doubt. So, really good performance here tonight by Rummel, and obviously they move on to face Brother Martin next week. Jesuit faces Shaw next week in a game that will be aired on WGSO 9:90 a.m. That game will be at 3:30. next Friday afternoon. We'll air it prior to our original Prep Football Report on WGSO next Friday. All right, so players are coming out. If you want to try to grab Coy Moore real quick in Chandler Fields, certainly you can do that. Coy Moore, number 2, who, of course, started at Jesuit and is now at Rummel. And Chandler Fields, obviously the quarterback. Certainly those are good. There's Coy Moore right there. So let's see if we can get Coy to face this way. We can go ahead and talk to Coy Moore with our man Jordan Lagosa. Go ahead, Jordan.
Thank you, Ken. Coy Moore here. Coy, awesome win. You guys beat Jesuit. You had the late touchdown in the game. How does it feel?
Feels great. We stood as a team. We stood focused. Even when they came back with the touchdown, everybody still humble. The sideline was still ready. Nobody heads was down. We was ready to play.
Talk about that last drive, 99 yards. Talk about that.
I told Coach I wanted the ball. I mean, we on the 1 yard line. I wanted.
It's awesome, man. You guys look like you're really getting better each and every week. You got Brother Martin next week. So what are your thoughts?
Get ready for Monday. Study them. Get ready for the next game plan.
Congratulations.
All right, thanks very much. Of course, Coy Moore, who started at Jesuit, transferred to Rummel, and this means a lot to him for 2 reasons. Not just that, but let's not forget, Phil, that last year he suffered a season-ending injury against Jesuit, and certainly that's something that lingers on his mind as well. But boy, he came up big tonight. Even though he was the focal point of the defense for much of the night, he found a way to make plays.
And
to
did
get
you
open.
notice when things got tough, he was in there playing in the secondary?
Playing defense. Yeah, sure. I mean, look, they needed him in all capacities, and they certainly found a way to get him out there, and he did a great job, to say the least. Yeah. So I know he's searching for Chandler down there. I'm trying to spot him right now, too. And, all right, he sees him, I believe. He's made contact with him, so Chandler Fields will be joining Jordan Lagosa right now. So whenever you're ready, Jordan, take it away.
Thank you, Ken. Chandler, big win tonight. You guys were poised. You didn't give up. You stood in there. Talk about the win.
Well, first off, I want to say congratulations to the coaches, the defense, and the offense. We're totally coming together as a group right now. We're just striving each and every week, and I think the key is we're just having fun out there. That's the thing, and we're enjoying ourselves, and we're staying focused throughout the week, and we're just getting the job done.
That's what it's all about. Talk about that 99-yard drive there at the end to win the game.
Yeah, well, our backs were against the wall, literally, and so the coaches made great play calls. It was 3rd and 10, actually, and then we had Coy on a post, and I saw the safety come down. I was like, this is it. So I hit him on it, and the line had perfect protection. Everybody did their routes correctly, and that's what led up to our 20-yard gain.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Jordan, great job, and good comments from those guys, certainly. And we're going to have to sign off. Jordan, you can try to catch up and get a quote or two from Mark Sonji of Jesuit, and maybe a defensive player, maybe Colby Fields, who had 2 sacks for Rummel. Easton, Phil, it's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll do it again in 2 weeks.
Always fun. Thank you.
Phil Greco, our new Rummel Hall of Famer. We're so happy for him, and pleased as punch. And again, want to thank Chris Coleman in the studio. Want to thank Matt and Chip Merritt here from CrescentCitySports.com. Our final score once again was Rummel 20 and Jesuit 7. Now this is Ken Trahan saying thanks for joining us and be a good sport. God bless you one and all. We are rounding third and heading home. So long. All right, Chris, thank you.
All right, pleasure as always, Ken.
Have a good evening. Take care.
Thanks for listening